hello. I hope you can hear me. This is my new setup. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. I haven't done a live stream with this, so I'm hoping that we're doing okay here. You can hear me okay. Let me know if you can't. So hopefully, yeah, this new setup is going to work. Oh, I just heard something go bang, bang, bang. Okay. Oh, so you can hear me okay, Christine? Can you hear the clapping? I haven't still put my mic up. I've been working all day. So, and of course, I'm hoping so. Katie Joy showed her face today after so long not showing her face because she was scared of showing her face. And I find it to be very, very interesting. So, she did 2 lives today. So we're going to see. So hopefully this is going to work again. Now she did have court today. It was the Zoom call, and there was a TRO that was taken out against her, and that is still remaining. So let's see. So let me know if you can hear it. So I want to go through this. Can you hear that okay? Hopefully you can. You can't hear that. Okay. All right. So now that's where my issue is. All right. I've got to work out how to get that to play then. Hang on. Let's try this. All right. Let me know if you can hear this. Because that's where I know the problem is in the settings here of okay, I'll try again. Hopefully I fixed it. How's that? Can you hear that? Let me know if you can hear that. So I think I've got it on the proper needs volume. Okay. So you've got it, but it needs volume. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, see what I can do here. Let me try one more thing. Tell me whether you can hear it. Oh, I can't even hear that. Okay, so we've got internal speakers. This is what I was hesitating with, by the way. This is why I didn't have it. Hi, Joanne, and everyone else is popping in to say hello. I just finished most of the clips, just 5 more to do when I wake up. She was on for hours. Okay, was that better, everybody? And can you still hear me? You can't hear her. Okay. You're not missing much, to be honest with you. Okay. I might have to unplug what I had. Okay, so as I said, this is why. Can you still hear this? I need to get to bed. It has been at it for 12 hours. Can't this for a few minutes. Okay, cool. Well, I'm having trouble with my volume because I've just changed my setup, like my girl. So, you know, I'm doing great here. Not.
Doesn't know if it's curly or if it's straight.
Okay, so you heard that then.
Does anyone else get those?
Okay, all right. Let me go back to what I had then. Okay, cool. All right, so I've got to make the audio go through that, I think. All right, let's try this again.
Does anyone else get these weird crumpies in their hair like that? Do you see that? Where it's like, it doesn't know if it's curly or.
All right, and I'll give it volume as well. I'm going to enjoy the laughter. I don't have to watch the replay tonight. It's love listening to your reactions. That is if she gives me a break. Okay. I have all the laughter now cued in. Oh, that's a cool one. So tell me, here's a question for you. Here's a question for you. Why is she now? Southern Mutton did a very interesting video today where she talked about the court case and the TRO, and she said she pointed out that a couple of weeks ago, Katie Joy was on her Instagram saying she was too scared to show her face, and now she's showing her face. Like, what's happened? It is, isn't it, Christine? It is a very good question. What has changed? And that's what Southern Mutton wanted to know. And that's the question that I want to know too. What has changed? Because what's happened within the week, the only thing that's happened within the week is that she went to court today, or she went to court, and it's been upheld until they go back to court in. You can't hear her anymore? Oh, okay. All right, well, what's happened here? Oh dear. So that's the thing is don't know what's changed, and so it's actually been up like she can't mention anything about it at all. Can't talk about the person. Can't talk about the fact that there was a person that was in there, and I've spoken to said person, and I've been sworn to secrecy. I know who it was, but I can't say who it was. And I hear the laughter, but not her. So you still can't hear her? Okay. I wonder what's changed because I changed it to the settings that I did before. Mic is right. It's these speakers. What do I need? The echo. Backing tracks up high. Bass treble. Monitor is up. Everything up. Okay. Okay. All right. See, maybe I'm not as clever as what I thought I was. All right. Recording. No. Let me just mess around with this for a minute. Right.
Support. Show.
Tell me if you can hear this. Because if you can hear that, testing the speakers and stream. I plan to create. I'm trying to get my speakers working. Can you hear? Could you hear the singing? Over now. So is everybody getting? No, no one can hear me. Okay. See, I got too smart for my own good. I've just got myself into a bit of a pain. You hear me? Oh, you can hear. Yeah, so you can hear me, but you can't hear the backup. I think what I might have to do is I might have to unplug it all for now and go back to what I had, I think, until I work out what I'm doing. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so you still should hear me. Oh, you heard the music I just played? Oh, that's what I was hoping. Oh, that's all right. I'm now taking it all off. I've disconnected it. Okay, so we should be back to what I had before. All right, so I'll take this back right to start. Hang on. Hello, is it me you're looking for? I'm hoping you can't hear. So we can't hear her again. Why not? Oh, this is not fair. Can you hear? Oh, that's, I mean, to be honest, you're not missing much. Hi, short order. I'm having some technical problems. No, you can't hear it at all. Okay. Okay. Let me just, yeah. See, I've tried to be too smart for my own good. So, my settings. Go to audio. Go to...
They won't.
What about that one? So, I'm having a bit of a problem. And this is the thing. I can't test the live stream stuff without live streaming. So,
Actually curl. Does anyone else get these weird curvies in their hair like that? Do you see that? Where it's like, it doesn't know if it's curly or if it's straight. Does anyone else get those? You get these?
you think you just heard it? You think you just heard it? Oh, cool. Thank you. We got there. We got there in the end, finally. So I was saying before, I watched Southern Mutton, and she did a video, and she pointed out that on Instagram, was it last week or something, Katie had said that she was too scared to show her face, and yet here she is showing her face. And what has changed? Because she still has, it is Filterama. The only thing is at the moment, because I haven't worked out the settings for live streaming with all my sounds, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and work out how it's going to do it. So I'm probably going to have to do a test live stream where I will have you all just, if you don't mind helping me, we can test out and work out what settings I need. Anyway, so let's keep going with this now that we can hear her.
Oh. So I need to it's like frizz almost. They won't actually curl. No, it's not because I'm sleeping on my hair. I literally just took a shower. So that's not why. I took a shower and I blow dry my hair, and it's not because I'm sleeping on my hair.
Yes, so I'll need some help with that. So we'll have to do that another day. Well, maybe she has had some liquid. I don't know whether, I think this was before she had court, and then she came on after court. I believe as well. Because she can't talk about her, the other person. And she tried to tell the judge that it was a sealed matter, and the judge said, no, it's not, it's a public matter. So she the information's not sealed. It can be downloaded from the court. But everything's in place at the moment until the 24th of October. And the judge didn't think it was frivolous. The judge didn't think that it was some crazy woman with a mental illness, like Katie said about what the sheriff said. And now that it's in the court system, only a judge can dismiss it. So I don't know what she was talking about. Well, this was a Zoom. This is the thing. Look how, I wonder whether she had a filter on at the court on Zoom, because it was a Zoom. It was a Zoom meeting. So I wonder whether she put a Zoom filter on for court, for the judge. But she did try to stop people from watching. And she said, "Oh, it was a sealed case," and the judge said, "No, it's not. It's a public matter."
Hello. Keep on sharing. It's okay, Mr. Bentley. Okay. So I did a video yesterday on my YouTube channel, and you can always check out my YouTube channel if you go to Without a Crystal Ball. If you're not familiar with me over on Without a Crystal Ball, that is my largest platform. There are about 385,000 of you that have been following along with me for 6 years, almost 6 years. And I did a video yesterday because somebody sent me some screenshots of a woman that left some comments in another reality TV show's Facebook group. I noticed after I did the video, the same person sent me other screenshots of people in this group claiming that I have a stock account in there, and I don't. I want to be very clear. Like, I don't have anything against Sarah from Reality T Squad. I've never had a bad relationship with her, ever. This is her group, but these aren't her people per se. Like, it's not like the people in there, she owns them or whatever. One of my followers happens to follow both of us and sent me these screenshots. People were leaving comments about this on my videos. So when they sent them to me and I read it, I was like, okay, well, I will share this with all of you. And I definitely did not. I don't have a stock account in Sarah's group. If I was going.
Oh, she doesn't have a stock account in that group. Notice she said in Sarah's group. Does that mean she has stock accounts in other groups?
Going to be in Sarah's group, I would literally just join as myself. I don't even know. I only have one Facebook account. So, and it's attached to my Facebook page Without a Crystal Ball KDJ.
No, so it's not. She's actually got a personal account, and she's got the account that was hacked, remember? She's got 3 from what I know.
Keep on tapping and sharing to get to 10,000 so we can get to For You page and for you. And so we need to get to 10,000, so please keep on tapping. So I then noticed that a creator that has come over here and asked me questions before, Akira, I don't know her personally. I just know of her. Okay. Like she's showed up in my chats here. She's asked me questions about certain things.
She can't remember how many stock accounts she has. Well, I guess when you have a lot, it does get hard to remember them all. Yeah. I guess it would be hard to remember them all.
And I know that she's got a decent size TikTok account. But her recent video is her and this other girl that were in Reality T Squad's Facebook page going through Cody and Robin's house. So when I made the video, as I was reading through what this person was writing and whatnot, I kept thinking has this crossed a line? Is this over the board? I know people say that I cross lines because I literally check public records, but that's definitely not. That's different. Anyone can go into a court and check a public record. Anyone can go into a county and check a public record.
Except if it's related to her. Anyone can go into court and check a public record. It's funny how she says that, you know.
Everything is online. Can you all please keep tapping? I actually don't get sued all the time, Flower Cup Princess. That's actually a lie. So checking court records, reporting on court records, reporting on public records is definitely not invading someone's privacy.
Okay, all right. So talking about her matter today is not invading her privacy.
And now the house is on the market and it's a publicly listed home. And so anyone that can be vetted and can qualify and show proof of finances, from my understanding, they can go view the house at Cody and Robin's house. And I'm just wondering how people feel about that, because I got a lot of comments on my YouTube video that people felt like it was going overboard because they didn't intend to buy at all. And then they videoed the tour in the house. And I don't have an opinion either way. I've had some people say that it's not, other people say that it is. And I just don't know where,
Christine says she definitely would have gone through Cody and Robin's house if she had the chance. I think she's coming across as she's coming across as jealous because A, she couldn't do it herself, and B, she didn't think of it first.
If she would just tell the truth, who said who? Who tells the truth? What are you talking about? Amy says it was brilliant what she did. Pam said I thought it was strange behavior because she was going to be nosy. Again, like, you thought it was extra, okay? When I viewed houses, I've never, Brittany said she enjoyed seeing it, but she thought it was a little bit extra. I do wonder. Okay, so some of you think it's extra, some of you don't think it's a big deal. So they were videoing inside Cody and Robin's house, and they went into she did what we all wanted to. Let's me be honest here. Okay, that's what you said, Amy. Dee Dee says unless they have an intention of actually purchasing the house, it's wrong. It's wasting time. I understand they're public, but there's things that cross the line at times. I missed it. It's a little weird. It's not a museum. It's a house like everyone else. Okay. That's strange. Okay. Like I said,
This is KJ trying to work out what the hell boundaries are. Yes, that is true.
People reporting on this helps them sell it. It's crossing a line, like someone said. I thought it was super creepy and weird, crossing the line. When people wonder why they feel invaded, the paintings cheapen it. The outside is ugly. I agree with wasting people's time, but they're public. People in this do this all the time, especially when there's an open house. Okay.
I mean, often when there is no open house, neighbours do go and go check out the houses, and people do go check out the houses because they're nosy. I mean, yeah.
You'll get people who just want to go snoop. Okay. Like they had a realtor, so they were working with someone and they were obviously vetted. I'm not saying that like what they did was wrong. I was seeing like such a mix of responses in my comments, so I didn't know what people thought. So the thing about the art, I don't know if you guys understand what this art is, but those are not originals. So Cody and Robin spent a lot of money.
Hang on. So now she's an art expert now?
So the thing about the art, I don't know if you guys understand what this art is, but
are we going to get an art? Are we going to be that we're never invited for? Well, that's true. That's true. If you don't invite your neighbours for a barbecue, of course they're going to come and check it out. Hang on a minute. So she's now going to give us an art lesson. She's an art expert. Okay. Oh, I also want to talk. I do want to talk about what happened in court today with the Bruce Lerman appeal, because that was a bit bizarre. Just talk about. I wasn't sure. His lawyer seemed like she was on something.
Those are not originals,
in my opinion.
So Cody and Robin spent a lot of money on limited prints. Okay, a limited print doesn't have value because other people have the same print, and it's also not an actual painting. It's a print of a painting. I can't remember what the word is called. It's like ceviche or.
She's Googling at the moment. You can hear her clicking. Have a listen. You can hear her clicking.
Print of a painting. I can't remember what the word is called. It's like ceviche or. What are they called? It's what the word. What's the word? Let me look. Yeah, Giclee. I don't know what that is. How do you say that? How do you say that? So the paintings aren't real. They're prints.
Okay, take note. She said limited print doesn't. But I thought because it's limited, it does have value because only a limited amount of people can have it. That's why, like, they have limited editions. I tell you, I'm really obviously not as smart as what she means. Zclay. Okay, I can't pronounce it either. But I thought, yeah.
They're limited and they are expensive, but they're not real.
They're expensive, but they're not real. What? They're expensive, but not real.
So they don't hold value in the market the way an original artwork would hold. So if you were just going to buy an artist's original painting and it was like one of only one, that piece of art would hold value. Like obviously museums that have Da Vinci's and, you know, Michelangelo's or Dali or...
She flips on the print valuation stuff. Those limited prints gain value over time. Okay, a high-quality archival Z-clay, the same size as your original, can be valued at 1/3 of the cost of the original. So if your original 18 by 24 painting sells for $3,000, you can ask $1,000 for each 18 times 24. We have artists. So, yeah, there you go. It says they're so expensive because the high-quality materials used in the printing process, the limited edition nature of the images, the artist's choice, and the expertise required to produce them. Then it says they are fantastic investment due to their superior reproduction quality and archival durability. The prints closely match the original artwork. So there you go. Hello, Anna. Hello, Mama Celeste. And also, they would have numbers on them. So if you've got the first one, that would be quite important. And it says that they also can increase over the value can increase over time. I've just Googled that. So there you go. But I'm not an art expert like our expert here.
Who's the other one? Picasso. Those, if you have an original Dali, Picasso, yes, that would have value. But when you have a reprint or a limited edition print, you don't actually own the original art. So it has no value. It's expensive, but it doesn't have the same market value. And so what he's doing is basically just pretending like he has art, but he's not actually owning art. I mean, anyone...
What? He has art, but he's pretending he has art, but he's not actually owning art. What? Oh, jeez.
You can purchase these, right? But someone from Flagstaff, actually, or from Vegas, sent me an email today, and they...
Gee whiz, what a view, hey? What a view.
Said that they had met Cody and Robin when Vladimir Kush opened up his studio in Vegas, or his gallery. And the person had a spouse that worked in the entertainment field, and they had purchased art from Vladimir Kush and when they were in Maui, and Vladimir got a gallery in Vegas and he requested an interview. So they did an interview with him and they became friends with Vladimir Kush, the artist, and they helped him open the gallery at Caesar's Palace with a welcoming party. And
it says the colors are exact to the painting. You can get the exact textures. Really? So short order. So are they worth money, or is this art expert barking up the wrong tree again, or still?
And she said, Cody and Robin came to the party. We had no idea. My spouse had no idea who they were, so I had to catch him up. Turned out they lived just 2 blocks from our vacation home. Cody really liked my husband and started calling and texting him quite a lot. He really wanted to do a radio show with him. It just never came to happen. He said that Cody would sometimes get together with her husband and he would have Solomon when he was a toddler. And he would tell her husband that she was giving Robin a break, and that Solomon was a very well-behaved toddler. And then this is what she said about the artwork, because this is interesting. So apparently the Vladimir Kush paintings that are found, the prints that are found in Cody and Robin's house, she says that Cody purchased those but he didn't have the capital to pay for them himself. So she said that he dispersed the payments of these prints onto several credit cards. This is her allegation. And he would say, oh, that credit card's maxed out. So he would be very open about it. He didn't have the money. So he was basically charging these, putting these on credit cards. And they claimed that Cody told them that they weren't that rich. They didn't make that much money because he had to explain why he couldn't just pay for this art. And then he also went as far as telling them that he didn't own his home. Like only one of the houses in the cul-de-sac were actually owned by the family.
She's making a big deal out of this. There's lots of people at the moment that can't afford. They are worth money. Limited runs like 1/10 of the original size if they're framed while they increase in value if the artist becomes or dies. Well, that's true. Yeah.
The rest were owned by TLC. And they said, I'm not sure how true that is, but that's what he said. The houses were owned by the family. Like Cody owned one home with Mary, and then Janelle owned her home independently, and Christine owned her home independently, and Robin owned her home independently. And I'm not lying about Gypsy. I'm enamored. You're weird. They all owned their own homes. But yeah, they claim that Cody said to them. So basically, because Cody didn't have the money to pay for the art, he came up with this lie that they weren't wealthy and that they didn't have the money that they claimed they had. And so as a result, if you guys want to support my live, please start giving gifts. We are doing a goal of teddy bears. If you'd like to, we're always good for diamonds and gifts and love.
Always looking for diamonds and gifts and love. Heritage is a good print that my grandmother bought on a cruise. Turns out it's a limited edition. And 50 years after. Wow, has some value. Lulu. Hello, Lulu. How are you? Well, see, Mama Celeste, I would have thought that even whatever it is, if it's a famous or it's an evening, it's nighttime, from a famous artist would be worth some money at some point in time.
And flowers and roses and whatever. That just helps it, and you can share the lives. Thank you, Bees. So he basically told them, like, the reason why he couldn't afford this was because he wasn't wealthy and he only owned one of the houses and he didn't make as much money as people thought he did. So he had to like explain why he couldn't afford the artwork. That's how I kind of took it, like he created this lie about it. Anyways, they went to, this person had interactions with Cody and Robin, and they wanted to get a picture with Cody and Robin, and one of her sons wanted to be in the photograph with them, and her son stood next to Robin, and Cody basically moved Robin, physically moved her away from the son. Oh, thank you. So the son could not be near Robin. Oh, thank you for the teddy bears.
Long story short, KJ is an expert on everything. She opens her mouth.
So the son could not be close to Robin. They said my teenage son stood next to Robin, and Cody immediately removed Robin and had her stand next to him. I think he didn't want her standing next to another man. I watched them throughout the evening, and every time a male talked to Robin, she would not respond. She would look over at Cody, and he would shake his head yes, and then she could and would answer or shake her head no. Shake his head no. So he wasn't allowing Robin to speak to other men. Tell me you don't have property. Now, this is an actual source. Why are you questioning my sources? Have I not spoken to actual people from this family? Have I not had actual people from the AUB on my channel? How long have I been covering Sister Act lives? And I also had someone that, this kind of goes in line with someone that actually was friends with Robin during this time, because she had told me, and her husband confirmed to me, that when he called Cody, they were managing their Facebook page. They had like this group.
No, boy, that's funny. All right, so that's one. There's a whole pile. Apparently she was on for hours again tonight. So I don't know how many more of these we'll get through.
If he would want to move her away from another man. She said that I hadn't figured out immediately. He has a God complex. He really does. And although I saw him 6 to 8 times in the years since the gallery opening, he was never with any wife other than Robin. I would see Mary at the grocery stores occasionally, always alone. I always believed that his other marriages were fake, like faking it for TV. I think I might be able to find some pics of that opening, but yeah. And then they also said, and all the art that they have from Koosh, although it's worth some money, it's very hard to resell it and may never get true value for it. All of the prints are GICLEESs, not original. Yeah. So apparently this is not valuable. Okay. So Cody said that they were broke and that's why he couldn't afford to pay cash for the.
I've seen people have to use multiple credit cards to pay for things. She makes it sound like it's such a big deal. Someone needs to get out into the real world, I think.
It is pretty telling. He treated the other wives terribly. So the new season comes out on September 15th. Okay, so back to the Akira stuff.
Nene Marie, has she removed all the KJ videos? I wonder why that is. He's going after Sarah from real series. Wonderful person videos are great. Short from form, sparky, and always spinning truth bombs and videos sprinkle life. I'm a solicitor. Majority of my life, I've done cash on some cards and split payments, says Anna. And she was a millionaire Katie who spends more on court costs. Yes, well, that's true too.
And going through the house, like I said, some of my followers were like, this feels very invasive. And other people were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Robin's closet. Look at all their crap. Look at all their stuff.
Yeah. Oh, would you like to? I mean, I'd be very interested to see what's in KJ's closet.
You know, I personally wouldn't have gone into their house, but that's just me. I'm not the police here. I'm not going to say like if they had a realtor and they were vetted, they're not going to get in trouble. They can't get in trouble because they did the listing. I think it's just the intentions were not to buy the home. What I was more so I have a theory about why the agent would tell them that Cody and Robin were buying a bigger house, and here's what it is. I looked online, and there's absolutely no larger homes that are less money at all. So, because there was a theory going around that, oh, they might be purchasing a bigger house.
Oh, so she's done her due diligence. She's been snooping around, hey?
That's less. No. In fact, smaller houses in the city are like $3 million. Cody and Robin's house needs a lot of work. It has broken deck wood, which is crazy. Like, and then they had a leak in their shower, and apparently they have mold that went down the back, and it spread.
She's gone after James from My Take on Reality as well. He's one of my female commentators. Both have extremely little following. They do live weekly. Both do. Well, that's usually what happens when you have a leaky shower. You end up with mold down the back. Yeah, okay.
Because the leak went down through the ceiling.
But she's making it sound like that's a bad thing. I mean, it happens to all houses at some point in time.
And it's in the walls and the ceiling below. And most bathrooms have a level of mold in there, right? Like that's not uncommon, and not all mold is dangerous. It's
really all houses have a level of mold in there? Really? And not all mold is dangerous. She's now a doctor, right?
When mold spreads onto the house where it becomes a problem. And what really was telling to me is that if you're putting a house on the market, knowing that there's a problem with mold and knowing that you have a deck that's broken. I sold my house back in 2013 before we purchased this house, and we were given a list.
How do people buy abandoned houses when she says houses have to be up to code? Well, lots of people buy abandoned houses because they buy them to redo them. She's a fungologist.
By our agent of everything that we needed to fix. So we needed to do, we had a chip in our chimney, so we had to hire someone to put like a brick had fallen off the chimney. So we literally had to hire someone to go up to the chimney and put in a new stone. We had a hole in our front steps or our back steps. So we had to come have a concrete person come in and fix the step and fix all the broken pavers so that it was safe. We had to take things out that weren't up to code. We had to fix the basement. So generally, when you put the house on the market, you don't want cosmetic defects or defects that wouldn't pass an inspection.
Whenever she pops into her head, yeah, I know she makes out houses have to be perfect when you sell. Sometimes they are as is. And if the more work you have to do on it, the more bargaining you've got to negotiate a price too, by the way. Because if the house has lots of damage on it, you're not going to pay top dollar for it. You're going to want to get a deal. So the more money you have to spend, the better the deal.
So there's a difference between, so a home has to have an inspection and pass code, right, in order to sell. You can definitely buy a house as is, but it still has to have it has to be sellable, right? And it has to have it can't have any massive code violations. That's not just a seller and a buyer issue. It's a county issue. And if you have a violation that's not up to code, you got to fix it.
What? You can still, so you can have in Australia, you can have inspections and you can usually have one ad inspection and but if you can still buy the house if you know that there's structural damage. Homes have to be up to code to be lived in, not bought. We have bought a foreclosure and moved and could not move into it. Our plumbing was working, no running water from broken well pump. Yeah. Well, that's right. It's about that. So, but at the end of the day, even if it's not up to code, if you buy the house, you have to put it up to code before it can be sorted out. But yeah, this is, in my opinion, she's talking out of her backside. In my opinion, just yeah, and that's right. It has to be disclosed to the buyer. The buyer has to know what issues there are. So it's and it's also just it's gives the buyer the advantage.
Anyways, most homeowners, if they're going to put down $1.6 million, are going to have a full inspection done. But what all of this is to say is that if you are going if you're going to go put your house on the market, you want to put your house on the market looking the best it possibly can. You don't want to have anything where a buyer would come back and be like, I'm not going to buy this because this is broken. And
yeah, they will. They go, we're interested in this house, but we're not prepared to pay this amount of money, but we're prepared to pay this. Sellable and inhabitable are two different things. So, yes, there's mold and a leak. It's going to cost X amount. In the inspection, they've said that it was going to cost, and in Australia, that falling down abandoned house will cost you $2 million in the capital city. Correct. I couldn't believe that the other day. I saw that. Actually, I saw a house that was it was in Perth. It was absolutely disgraceful. And they want $400,000 for it, and you actually need to gut the whole inside, and essentially the only good thing was the bones and the outside, and you actually have to knock all the inside out and rebuild it from scratch. I bought a house from it was a dump. It used to belong to my grandfather and someone else destroyed it and didn't pay it back. My house had a kitchen ripped out by a previous foreclosed to with angry. So yeah, so you can buy it, but you can't move in until it's yeah. Gee whiz.
You also don't want things like that because that can help the seller negotiate or the buyer negotiate a reduced price. So for instance, say someone is interested in the property and they're like, well, I like it, but your deck is broken and you have a mold problem and you need to reduce the price by $400,000 or whatever, because that's how much it's going to cost me to fix these issues.
Yeah, well, that's what the seller does. That's the art of negotiation.
And you generally won't put down that kind of money on something like that and want to have a $9,000 to $10,000 mortgage payment if it has these problems. Mold is actually a health hazard. So that can be like a deal breaker. They actually don't owe that much. So I want to be very clear about that. They only have one loan on the home, or they have a home loan and a home equity loan, but they don't have like that many loans on it. And they bought the house in 2019 for $890,000. Yes, someone did film inside and posted it online. Correct.
What's she Googling? What's she searching up? Look up this heading, Joe, and look at the bathroom. Look up this heading. Okay, you could buy these squalid dumps. All right, let me have a look. Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
Okay, so if you were to go into, and again, these are public records. No, it didn't really look any different. I thought it actually, like, the video made the house look a lot nicer than the photos did. I feel like the photos didn't do it justice. The artwork was still ridiculous.
Oops, sorry.
If you look up all the public records, Cody and Robin refinanced the house in 2021, okay? And they got a first mortgage and a second mortgage. And all of these are publicly available documents. They're all public record. And their first mortgage was $548,000, and I think their second mortgage was like...
Oh, so she's looking up their mortgage documents. That filter's having an effect on her brain. I think so. Squalid dumps for on Real Estate Super Saturday. No.
$130,000. So 660.
Maybe public information, but some information the public doesn't need. No, the public doesn't need to know what their loans are.
$7,000 on the loans back in 2020.
Imagine looking up what she owes.
21. So they don't have a ton of loan compared to the value that they want to sell the home for. Obviously, this is only what's the note on the house, right? That doesn't withstand any money that he owes to Janelle or Robin or Mary for the down payment. But the down payment wasn't as big as you would think it is. The down payment was like $200 and some thousand. And he got like, I think 70,000 from Janelle and like the same from Mary. But I want to be clear, Mary and Cody jointly owned their home together. And so Mary didn't actually give Cody a down payment because Cody took his portion of the equity that Mary got from the sale of the house because he was still on the home. So it was his equity that he had from it being a joint marital asset. So when they divorced, they didn't split any of their assets yet. So really it was just Janelle. Yeah, regardless of like how the down payment money came in, it doesn't really matter at this point. I mean, he owes Janelle money, obviously. But Mary and Cody had that house together, so he was basically just taking his equity. That's how it worked out. So they don't have that much of a loan on it. They don't have any loans out on Coyote Pass, and they own all of that outright. Cody's not being sued. There's no litigation regarding the property. And they paid off Coyote Pass. Since her fake rap report is public, maybe we should share where they can request them. Yeah, well, that's true. In June of 2023. So Coyote Pass is owned free and clear. So Janelle gave them about 60 or 70,000, I think, for their down payment. He does owe Janelle money. So the Coyote Pass properties are owned by Cody, Robin, Janelle, and Mary. They each have different parcels. And then I saw someone in my comments say, oh, they can't sell Coyote Pass because it doesn't have this, that, or the other thing, and they can't get this variance or that variance, or they need to do these improvements. That's not true. He could sell the property, but it just has so many stipulations on it. There are so many requirements. And one of the requirements of building on Coyote Pass is that you can't live in the house that you're going to build. So if you're going to build something, it has to be a vacation rental. Yeah, I worked in mortgage, and so if someone's giving you a gift, you have to have what's called a gift letter.
Oh, she's worked in mortgage, so now she's the mortgage expert. Is there any? No one cares, KJ. She's talking to a bunch of kids. No one else is listening to.
So if like a parent or family member gives someone a gift, they have to say I'm giving a gift, and there's no money being paid back. I don't know why they did know this all ahead of time. I think what Cody thought, here's what I think was going to happen. So there are these stipulations on the deed, which were designed way back in like the 1980s or 90s. Okay. So this property at Coyote Pass has had these deed restrictions forever. Okay. And the way the deed restrictions work is that the original owner that puts the restriction on there can claim the property back, regardless of the number of times it's sold.
What?
If the person from, like, say Coyote Pass has transferred hands 17 times. The first person that put that deed restriction on saying, I'm selling this to you, knowing full well that this is not going to be for a single family home, that you intend to either put a commercial property on here or a vacation rental, that it will not be used for single family home dwellings, and I would not sell this to you otherwise. That's basically what their deed says, okay? So that was added to the deed back in the 80s or 90s. And so every subsequent owner of Coyote Pass has had to pass that restriction on, because that very first person that put that on there, their heirs can come back to anyone that buys it now. And if they don't honor that, these people who were here from the 80s or 90s, the heirs of this, can take the property back.
What? That sounds weird.
I think Cody just thought that he was going to be able to get out of it. It is real. It's on their deed. So they can't build primary single family houses. And I think he thought that he would be able to remove those restrictions, but he can't, because under the law, the way that these restrictions pass is that the original deed owner that put that restriction on there from whatever 30 years ago, their heirs can come back and take it if someone breaks the deed code, the deed restriction. And I think Cody just thought that he could be smarter than that and get around it.
There would have to be. There'd be something like a 25-year or something. Anyway, I don't know. I'd have to have a look at it. Sounds highly strange.
He does. He thinks he's God. So that's really why they never built. They never know. They never could build. I think they knew about them, but I just don't think they really understood that they wouldn't be able to get around it. So Gypsy actually doesn't have a GoFundMe. I know that people keep talking about these GoFundMes, but these are not Gypsy. Gypsy does not live in Lake Charles, and she does not live in Tulsa. Someone created these in her name, but it's not her. And if you've noticed, these were created months ago, and not anyone has donated to them. I would not trust any registries that are public.
She's talking about eminent domain. It's a federal land right, not even states. So is Coyote Pass federal land, or is it state land? Because then you're getting into it do TikTok subscribers care about real estate? I don't even know. Eminent doing that. All right, I'll have to got some more research to do.
Period. As we've seen with the Duggars and every other person that has a public platform, anyone can create a registry in anyone's name.
Period. All right. Oh, look at that. Okay. The
GoFundMe is not Gypsy's GoFundMe. She doesn't live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and she doesn't live in Lake Charles. She lives in Cutoff. Oh, someone gave.
If I was a kid, I'd be bored. This dry content for adults is
$5 today. I don't know who Lauren Cherie is, but someone gave them $5. Now people are pointing that it's her because of a photograph. And so, Lake Charles. GoFundMe is not Gypsy's GoFundMe. She doesn't live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and she doesn't live in Lake Charles. She lives in Cutoff. Oh, someone gave $5 today. I don't know who Lauren Sherry is, but someone gave them $5. Now people are pointing that it's her because of a photograph, and so that it has to be her. But again, she doesn't live with Charles.
I just sped her up again because I figure she's funny if sped up.
I do show my face sometimes. So yeah. I think the more people talk about the GoFundMes, the worse it is, because then you're giving legitimacy to something that's not real, and then you're also helping people spread something that could or could not be real that would contribute to fraud. I would just leave it alone. But if you want, Gypsy's going to ask for free stuff. That's what she does. She's going to ask for free shit. That's who she is. All right, so let's get to tapping, and we're at 2 of my goal, 2 out of 200, 2 out of 25.
Tapping, tapping, tapping.
Use their own cars and what? I don't know what HWL means. There's no news about.
Hi, Gracie Lou.
What podcast was this on? The only thing I thought was weird about this was like literally going into the closet, touching clothes, opening the refrigerator, telling people what was inside the refrigerator. Like when I was like looking at houses, I didn't open refrigerators.
I mean, she'd be lying about how she brags that she owns her home. Well, that's true, Kimberly. She can tap off.
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing's wrong with me. I was just reading the comments. I don't look sad. I'm fine.
She lost 53 viewers in 1 minute last night. They were dropping like flies. The more she drank, the slower she got. Really? Wow. Hello, KJ's eyebrow blindness.
So just want to be clear, if you're just coming here, I don't have an account on Sarah's reality squad page. I don't. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I've never gone into a house listing and touched other people's belongings. I mean, you might sometimes when you go on a house listing, you might sit down on the furniture and have a discussion with the realtors. When I was looking at building, we went into a model house, but obviously with the model house, nobody's living in the model house, so it's different. You can open doors and you can open closets and look inside. Why did you name one of your TikToks Pop Psych? That's not mine. That's not my TikTok. So if you see videos posted by Pop Psych, they're lifting my content and report them. They didn't steal my voice. They stole my videos.
Who's stealing their videos?
I don't want to talk about other creators. And that's completely. It's just really weird. Like it's not even about this topic. Okay. No. You can report the videos. It's definitely not me.
Definitely not me. You report the videos.
I would not have gone into their house. I wouldn't have wanted to buy the house. I mean, yes, you can open and look at appliances if the appliances are being sold with the house. Generally speaking, appliances that have, stuff in them. I don't know. Refrigerators are a refrigerator. You can do what you want with it. Like I didn't do this. They did it. I don't know. I doubt they're going to be getting in trouble, right? Like I highly doubt anything will come of it. I mean, you have to remember that when you sell a house, your house is being sold to the open public, right? So potential buyers have a right to come into your house and look at stuff. If someone wants to be nosy and just look through your things, they can do that. Although most realtors will take you on a tour and they're not going to let you linger or stay in an area for too long. If I were Robin personally, I would feel a little bit violated by that. But there's nothing she can do.
She did build a house, I believe.
She could have done. I don't think she was looking for a rental property, honestly. I don't think she was. I think that was a lie, but that's just my opinion. But again, they didn't break a law by doing it. So yeah, there's nothing that they can do. People are entitled to their opinions. Some people think it's cool. Other people felt like it was crossing a line. Oh, thank you. You thought it was weird that they made up a whole story? Ethically, it was wrong, but no laws were broken, says Becky. So a content creator and her friend went into Cody and Robin's home and they filmed it. And they posed as potential buyers for the house, even though they had no intention of buying the home. And then they went through the house and filmed the house. And then they posted it on TikTok and on YouTube. And people in the comments were just discussing whether or not they thought that was weird. The creator apologized while they were doing it. And I don't know.
Not pop side her life, and he's awesome. I think he's threatening to have your ship. He's awesome. Okay. Katie knows everything. Yes, apparently she does.
Lala says that's effed up. Akira did that with her friend. Janine, I think is her name. I don't think they can get in trouble. I don't think so. Akira on TikTok, yeah. I don't think she was actually interested in buying the property, frankly, because the friend posted in Reality T Squad's page that you can decide if you believe that she was really intending to do this, but she said, I have hit the pinnacle of my sister wives' career. I will never ever achieve more glory than I did the other day. I pulled off something masterful and even surprised myself. I have been to Browntown. Does that sound like someone that was actually...
Doesn't sound legal to me to pose as buyers and film. That's a bit sus as well. But I would have thought that they surely they would have worked out what they were doing and they would have put a stop to it. That's what I would have thought anyway.
Intending to go buy a house. I will never ever achieve more glory than I did the other day. I pulled off something masterful and even surprised myself. And then she got mad that I shared that on my YouTube channel. And I don't know if it's because it came off creepy, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not in that group. Someone sent these screenshots to me. And then she wrote like 6 pages.
It's funny how she says, I'm not in anyone's group. They've sent them to me. It's just funny how it's always, somebody else has done something, not her.
About what she saw in the house. She was describing how she walked along the house, what the woods looked like, where the vitamins were, where the pantry was. She went as far as describing what was in the refrigerator. Yes, the Akira video. So I don't think she actually wanted to buy the properly. So if you had to do something and create up a story to go in.
Does seem fraudulent, yeah.
Kylie says it may have crossed the line, but everyone is watching it. Yes. They drove a long way to go to the house to get in there. I think the pretenses of why they did it is the only part that would make me uncomfortable if I were the Browns. Like, they never had an intention to actually buy the house. They were going there specifically because they were fans. They got very close to the family's items and were touching the clothes and going through their drawers and looking at their closets and looking at the items that they owned and then reporting it in a Facebook group and in videos. And then,
I think the people who did it, well, they might get banned.
While Akira was filming it, she was acknowledging that she was doing this and they had misled the realtor about it. So the person that was thinking of buying it is another person that's friends with Akira, but they were not thinking of buying it because I just read to you what they shared in that Facebook group. I'll show you. They said, okay, I have so much information to give. I've hit the pinnacle of my sister wives' career. I will never ever achieve more glory than I did the other day. I pulled off something masterful and even surprised myself. Akira didn't share that. The friend shared this. The friend that was in the video. And then that friend got mad at me for sharing that on my YouTube page and said that she never would have allowed me to share it, which is weird. And then she started accusing me of having a fake account in that group, but I don't. I definitely don't have a fake account in that group.
Of course, she doesn't have a fake account.
The people here know exactly what I'm talking about, Grammy Great. So here. I'm gonna crop out the name.
Imagine someone posts as electrician to go
I thought the
next.
guy was legitimately looking at how they presented it. Yeah, so let me just flip this. If I can do this really quick. How do I flip? How do I flip? Flip the camera. So I cropped the name out. That's the friend. That's what they shared in Sarah's group. It was shared in Reality Tea Squad page's Facebook group. So the way that she's presenting it was like they came up with the story that she was looking for a property and that she achieved this by pulling something off that she never even believed she'd be able to pull off. So that's what they wrote. And then it's like several pages of that. They went to Cody Robbins' house. And I just shared it because I was like, well, this is, you know, there was some information that they shared that was interesting, like the house has mold and the home has a broken deck. So, yeah.
I mean, she's sharing it, so she's obviously, all right, so there's all of this. Next one.
I stated clearly that nobody should be doing this unless they have the means to buy the house and they're actually interested in purchasing the house. No fan should just be going in the house like this. If the purpose is just to be nosy, if you're doing it because you actually, are trying to like buy the house is one thing, but they were not trying to buy the house. And when Akira shared the video, she was very clear that they had lied to the realtors. So Akira and her friend. So a family leaving to view a house is totally normal. You're never there when a prospective buyer is looking at your home because it gives them like, they don't have to feel pressured. They don't have to feel like it's awkward. You're allowing them to be in the space and imagine themselves in the space without you being there. So the family leaving, you always leave anytime someone views the house. All right, so I have to.
She would have had to have left the house to have done that.
Get to working. I don't know if they have to have lender approval. You don't always have to have lender approval to have a house showing. I mean, anyone can look at a house. I think they had to be vetted, but I don't know. No, you don't have to be pre-approved. I mean, all houses in Flagstaff are expensive. I've never had to be pre-qualified to go look at a house. I mean, generally, if you have a realtor, they'll know if you can qualify. But again, I don't know. She said she had to be vetted to do it. So anyway, that's what I have for today. You can decide what your thoughts are on it. I don't frankly have an opinion. I personally wouldn't do it. I'm definitely not in Sarah's groups. And someone that follows both Sarah and I sent them to me. There are a zillion content creators that cover sister wives. So you can watch whoever you want. I'm always on my YouTube channel is where I put all my YouTube content related to sister wives. And I sometimes post them here on TikTok. But if you see any other channels posting them, they are not me. They are just lifting my videos and posting them.
Okay, so their house. Of course, everyone would be right. Then she went on she did a second TikTok.
Like
Look
the
at
longer form content over here.
Gee whiz. So this is her second. This is her second one. So this is after court. This was after she was informed that she had to go back to court on 24th of October, and the TRO was in place until the 24th, and she cannot talk about the TRO or the person. All right.
New video on Facebook, on YouTube. I also put it on TikTok, but the sister wife stuff, y'all don't like the longer form content over here. So if you don't have the patience to watch a full 20-minute video and it's harder to watch on TikTok, make sure to check out my YouTube channel.
Wow.
Which is Without a Crystal Ball. It's a verified page. It has my logo, which you probably aren't seeing here because I don't paste the logo here. But yeah.
Oh, wait, she's going to give us some makeup tips now, apparently.
So I have to touch up my makeup, and I was thinking, well, I'll just show you the palette I'm using, and everyone get tapping. Okay.
All right, makeup. Yay! Here we go.
So I'm obsessed with Natasha Denona, and I am not an influencer, okay? And I don't get sponsored to do this, and I really don't care, all right? I'm not a beauty influencer. I've never tried to be a beauty influencer. People just sometimes ask me, like, Katie, what are the products that you like? I'm a huge Natasha Denona fan because her palettes are beautifully put together, constructed. She has all kinds of different mixtures. She always has like metallics, glitters, mattes. So a matte is like this, right? And then you get a metallic, that's a metallic, and that's a glitter. So you can have a very, your eyes can become very, what's the word? Like, what's the word?
Nobody else can wear makeup tips. I had to provide my be 6 months just to be able to keep touring home. So that was 10 years ago.
Complex, not complex, but you know, what's the word? I'm not a beauty influencer. You can get like a deeper, like not complicated. What? Why can't I think of the word? It's the end of the day, you guys. More dimensions. Thank you. So you can get more dimensions in your eyes. Okay. More depth. Thank you. More dramatic. Thank you. More contour. Thank you. I also have different contour patterns.
Come on, Jono, what's the word? Glaze. Hello, Michelle.
Palettes of hers too. Okay. So I love this one. This is a trio. Okay. So this has.
Yes. So she's, yes, there's not up. There's 169 here up the top here. It says 196 here. And she wants 23 teddy bears, 25 teddy bears. Complicated and confused.
Whoops. It has a blush. This is a cream like highlighter. See that? And then it has a shimmer highlighter like that. I don't have any highlighter on today. I didn't feel like putting on highlighter. Highlighter is a complicated thing. It can be really great, or if you're aging, it can look really bad.
Oh dear, this is hilarious.
So you have to be super careful with highlighter because you don't want to look like a teenage girl going to a concert, right? When you're a professional. So yeah.
Oh my god, hello Michelle. Or she's saying you don't want to be like like mutton dressed as lamb. Ah!
This is like a cream blush. So it's powder, but it's creamy. You're so bad at makeup. I also have I was going to show you my highlighter. She also has face palettes. I was going to show you a face palette, but I can't find it. And then she has...
Maybe the dog ate it. The dog ate my face palette.
Has like different highlighter trios. Okay. This is her newest one that she put out, and it's a gold palette. So gold palettes, if you can tell the difference, these are more cool tones, and these are more warm tones.
Well, okay? Look at the indentations there. Where were they under the sink? I don't know.
Cool tones, warm tones. I really like this one, but I struggle with a lot of the yellows. I'm not a huge fan of yellow, but she's got a lot of really pretty browns. And if you are a person that looks good in warms, like a warm color or have a warm undertone, this one is good for you. This is more like cool tones, so it's challenging for someone like me because I'm not a cool tone.
Did she just read my mind? I swear I heard her say you're so bad at makeup. Yes, I did hear that. Maybe Todd Borry, maybe. Oh,
Person. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means to be cool or warm, but I'm a warm tone. That's all I know. Where can you get these? These are from Natasha Denona. Okay. So Natasha is a makeup artist, and she's also from, I think, somewhere in Europe.
she's not doing good selling it, is she?
She has a very beautiful accent. She's a beautiful woman. You can buy, no, you can get these at Sephora. She has a Instagram page. And then I don't know if they sell her at Ulta yet. Sephora's collections are very limited. I generally just buy directly from her Instagram or her website.
She's down to 162 at the moment.
Yeah. So anyways, I was going to update. Okay.
She's so precise, somewhere in Europe.
Because I'm a hot mess today. Hey, girly girl. I like buying directly from her website. And honestly, if you go directly to her website, she has discounts on all of her sets. So she sells lipsticks, I'm a huge Natasha fan, okay? Huge. All my lipsticks are Natasha. All my lip glosses are Natasha. All my lip pencils are Natasha.
KJ's attempt at influencing.
I love Natasha. But what I like about her eyeshadows is that they last and they're easy to build on. So they look really light, but when they go on to your lid.
Wow. She's a mess every day, says Kimberly.
They aren't as light as they appear. It's hard to do this in my phone, by the way. I want to just show you what these metallics look like because they're so much fun. Okay. So this one is a metallic, and you see that?
She's not. Can you see the filter moving? Have a look at the filter moving. She's forgotten she's also got the filter on. Watch.
Okay.
So eyebrow move. Watch. See, look. You've got the look at this. It's moved. She's got the filter on. She forgot. Look at that. Oh, dear. She forgot the filter. Oh.
See that shimmer?
Oh, look at that. You need to switch off. You need to switch off the You need to switch off the filter.
You see that shimmer?
Eyelash on their finger, yeah.
Do you see that shimmer? Yeah, the filter is glitching a little. I was trying to find a filter that just literally this added a little bit of my eyelashes. But yeah.
So now she's admitted she's using a filter.
I'm actually not trying to be like my bestie because I'm sorry. I literally came on here and I said that I'm not a beauty influencer and I'm literally just finishing and putting on my makeup and people were asking me what products I use. And so I was literally just telling them. I'm not trying to be like anybody. Thanks, but no thanks. Lots of people talk about makeup. Okay.
And it was on their knuckles. That's what makes it funny.
I'm not fond of the way that you throw mental health terms about. What did I say? I have mental health. I'm ADHD. I have anxiety. I have OCD. I have confused.
She's confused. Ah.
You're actually pretty. I try to be really respectful of people that are dealing with mental health stuff. OCD is mental health. Yes, it's comorbid with ADHD, and it's a mental health thing. I take Adderall and anti-anxiety meds.
Adderall.
So, yeah. And I haven't had Botox in a million years, so there's that. Okay. Oh, someone asked about my eyebrow. This.
She's drawing on her eyebrows.
Brow wig. It's literally like Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've been obsessed with this forever. And yeah, I love Brow Wiz. I have never found another eyebrow pencil. That's what you use, Faith? I've literally never found another pencil that makes me happier.
Blend your eyeshadow. Someone says.
I use soft brown. And then for my...
Oh, I've got an echo? How have I got an echo? I've not done anything. Oh, geez, I'm not having much luck here.
Mascara, I use NARS Climax. It is literally my favorite.
It's the only climax she's going to get. Whoopsies.
I've never found another full... It's like a full brush. It gives you volume and length.
No, I don't have two streams going. I don't think I do. Oh, gee whiz. I'm not winning that here, am I? It's have echo cancellation on, by the way. This is supposed to have. I'm supposed to not have. Oh dear. Well, she should keep on looking for the one moves.
I love it.
Oh dear.
I didn't see your message, Camille. I don't use Xanax, but I'm glad that you have
Triple echo. Oh, really?
found something that you like. I actually don't use any benzodiazepines because we found something that works for me that's not a benzo. Can we talk about why our makeup never looks as good on camera as it does in real life? I know, right? Okay. I know, because like in real life, I look great. Okay. So what are we talking about tonight? Okay, so I want to just address something. I want to talk about some stuff that's been happening in like the Sister Wives world that I think we need to discuss. This new season is coming up, and there's always a lot of rumors every single time the new season starts. There's always a lot of like movement by Cody to get out press, to get interest into the show. And he frequently talks to the tabloids, either through one of someone in the family or whatever, but they definitely plant stories in the tabloids. I've covered this family for 6 years, and they 100% plant stories in the tabloids to build interest, okay? And
well, that's good. Oh boy, this is hilarious. It's me. I had the other screen switched on. So it's you, Shauna.
There's been conflicting stories about the sale of the house, and there's been, why are they selling their house? Where are they going to move? Are they getting a bigger house? Are they not? And there's been rumors about splits, and there's been a lot, okay? And this is always how it is leading up to a brand new season. Anyone that follows Sister Wives should know the routine about what Cody does, because last year before the season dropped, it was all about Robin and Cody are in a terrible place and everything is bad, and get your wine o'clock, guys.
Oh, she's got her wine. Woohoo! Get your wine o'clock.
Okay. Now, I have been able to make amazing contacts in their world, right? So I speak to people that are related to them, people from the
That glass explains everything, social order cook.
UB, family members, former friends, former colleagues, and I protect my sources. Some of them have publicly announced who they are, and they say, this is who I am. Others of them prefer to be private because they're in a cult that is very oppressive and abusive and horrible to women. And so I always try to be as factual as possible.
She protects her sources unless she has to be the bus driver and drive over them, right?
Possible, but always recognize that Cody lives in a world of propaganda and fantasy and building interest in his show. So with that being said, there's been some stuff that's been going on in this world that I think just we need to talk about, okay? I don't have the biggest TikTok platform when it comes to Sister Wives. I have one of the largest platforms on YouTube that talks about Sister Wives.
Oh, she drives everyone off the cliff. Almost sent myself cackling at that one. My cats. I think I'm losing this. So now she's got 240 people watching.
So I'm one of the main Sister Wives creators over on YouTube. And I try to take that very seriously and be responsible and ethical. And I'm just really trying to walk a very fine line of making sure that I'm being respectful of other creators while also saying that some behavior isn't okay. All right. I understand that people want to get views and they want to get attention and they want to get publicity and they want to get clicks. But lying to a real estate agent, claiming you're interested in a home.
Shoots on Cody for being bald. Look in the mirror, lady. Wow, and don't forget, I did post that short that in fact, it was from last year, where Cody and Toad look almost identical.
Providing information to them that's false, knowing it's false, knowing that your intention of looking at this house is not to buy, wasting the realtor's time, wasting your agent's time, potentially lying about even buying an investment property to begin with, because first off, someone who's literally serious about buying a property doesn't start off their post by saying this. Hold on, I'm going to tell you.
But didn't she do this? I saw that picture of Toad and Cody you posted. Oh no, they're like twins, aren't they? They are like twins.
If you're serious about buying a property, you don't tell a group this. Okay, so much information to give. I've hit the pinnacle of my Sister Wives career. I will never, ever achieve more glory than I did the other day. I pulled off something masterful and even surprised myself. I have been to Browntown. So you're
yes, she's already gone through this 3 times. Yes.
Admitting that you achieved something. You willingly did this because you wanted to go to their house.
She first went after James after GB death, and that didn't work. Now she's going after Sarah. She's mad she couldn't have gone to it first. I'm sure she's jealous. I'm sure she's mad.
Pulled something off. You surprised yourself that you pulled this off. And then when you were in the house, you dug for information. You rifled through their stuff, and then you posted about it on the internet. Now, when I first got these screenshots, one of my followers happens to be in this group. Okay. Sarah from Reality T Squad updated on her page and said that people that find this offensive need to get their undies out of a bunch or something. Hold on, let me see. I'll tell you.
She can't even get the saying right.
You don't need to go on to into their house. Their house has a 360-degree viewing. You don't need to go and open their drawers. You don't need to go into their closet. You don't need to touch their clothes. It's a level of invasion of property, of privacy. But I want to they went through their thing.
Sarah said her friend is actually looking for investment property and has the money for the said property. Did she? Well, I mean, now what happens if Sarah's friend actually buys the property? Is KJ going to apologize? I think she's jealous, Kimberly.
Yes, she touched Robin's dress. And she admitted it. So the girl removed the write-up. She deleted her post after she got a lot of backlash, okay? But Sarah's response was that I personally don't see any issue with going to see a public housing listing. First
we know she's all about privacy.
of all, it's not a public listing, it's a private viewing. A public listing would be an open house.
Her undies are in a bunch. It's written all over her face. Yes.
Had to schedule a private viewing. They had to take steps to do this. This wasn't an open house where anyone can walk in. I know people who go to check out homes for sale in their neighborhood to see comps all the time. People acting like these ladies snuck into the house need to come down off their soapboxes, in my opinion. So if you think that these ladies crossed the line by going into these public figures' homes, pretending to be buyers, knowing that they aren't buyers, you're on a soapbox. With that being said, going through someone's drawers is definitely not cool. So Akira opened up their drawers and she looked in two of the kitchen drawers. They opened, yeah.
No, right. Which she arranged. Of course, she's the moral police now too. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, in a funny video on what's in the fridge and telling people what they have for leftovers, what they're eating, what kind of wine they have. If I'm going to go look at a house, I'm not going to pay attention to what they have in the fridge. I'm looking at how big is the fridge, how much can it hold, is it the same size fridge that I have, but actually like writing about the contents. And mind you, when I shared that yesterday, I was like under the impression that they had really the intention of buying the house.
She's only mad she didn't do it first. I think so, Mama Celeste.
But I've learned since then that that was never. She opened the drawers, okay? And you don't, if you're not going to be serious, if you're just snooping, they had no intention whatsoever. No intention. Okay, so I'll just play you a little bit of what she said because I clipped some of it. I'm not going to show you the video. It's over on my YouTube, but you can just hear what she says.
And also, I'm sure.
Oh, she clipped it.
Like the realtors from my TikToks and stuff, I'm sure the realtors are going to be seeing the videos, and I apologize. I do feel bad about it. There was a couple of people asking if the realtors were in on it. No, the realtors were not in on it. They had nothing to do with it. But if they do have to see this, I'm sorry, and thank you very much.
So she's acknowledging that what they're doing is wrong. The realtors had no idea that they were going to be in there filming.
Taking photos of Josh at court was not cool either. This is planned to create. Kimberly says she's so unaware of what she's saying. And Mama Celeste, calm down, Katie. You like private info splashed all over the internet.
They didn't have the permission of the realtors. I'm sorry, people are so mad at me because I add another A in the middle of it, and I don't know why I do that. Everyone here, that's what it's like. I learned today it's one of the most mispronounced words, realtor. It's hard for me to do that, but apparently the realtors didn't know that she would be filming. Okay. And she's just like, well, I'm sorry, whatever.
Didn't do anything wrong. Which I think that one realtor was kind of onto us. Their realtor, I think they were onto us. And then, oh gosh, no sanctuary, here we go. Oh Lord. I missed that safe when I was there. I saw it in the footage.
So what she's doing is she's in the closet. Okay. And she's like, oh, there's a safe here. Oh, look at all of Cody's clothes.
Stuff. See, that's this big safe that I was talking about. And then there's like some of the old songs Cody probably used to make. And yeah, you see like those little things. We go back, you'll see like a little one that left, what do we call it? And horses, there's a lot of horses. Not a lot, but several horse kind of statue things.
Well, that's right. Private texts are cool to share, though. And Mum says, yes, if the deck is in the cabinetry, might need work too. I opened drawers and looked in closets too. Well, that's a good point, Mama Celeste. You would need to know whether there was any further. And also, don't forget, if the mold in the bathroom had leaked down, has the mold affected the drawers in the bathroom?
And then I thought in my last video, I thought it was so I do see a Louis Vuitton and then there's a David Drummond.
So there's a bag that someone went to Louis Vuitton to shop. Like that's something to, I mean, lots of people shop at Louis Vuitton. I mean, she's literally showing the top of. Oh,
I don't shop at Louis Vuitton. She makes it sound like it's a place that she goes to all the time.
The closet. She's inside the closet, deep in the closet, showing the contents of what's on the top shelf of the closet.
And how different is that her to looking and critiquing photos from the listing on the internet? Well, I don't think it's any different plan to create. Everyone does Mama Celeste.
They literally she drove like 2 days to do this. And they did this with the intent purpose of going viral. Yes.
And I guess the rest was just like photo boxes. For whatever reason, I thought that they were like luxury boxes, but I guess it was more photo boxes. But you see,
so she's like,
I don't shop there. I shop at TJ Maxx's, Kimberly. Louis Vuitton, isn't that the dollar store? Hello, Will. Oh dear.
You're looking at all of Robin's clothes right now. It feels just very invasive.
You see how that?
How do I know all this? Because she's been posting about it on her TikTok. Literally, she's been open about all of it. She hasn't been hiding what she's doing. They schemed to get into Cody's house. They schemed. This was a scheme.
Oh, I'm going after everyone goes to Louis Vuitton. I know. Everyone goes. No.
It goes up to the ceiling, goes all the way up to the ceiling.
Okay, then listen to this.
Butterflies. Oh, right here's where I did the no-no. Hang on. Right here's where I did the no-no.
She reaches over and touches Robin's dress and feels the fabric of Robin's dress, and then her face looks crazy.
Hello, Harrison. How was your production? Harrison was Danny in his class in his school's production of Grease. He was Danny. By the way, summer lovin' happened. So, yes. So, well done, Harrison. Did it go well?
And she knows she's done something wrong.
You kept getting angry about what? Who kept getting angry?
And she said, I'm sweating. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Whew, I'm in Robin's closet.
That's cool, Harrison. Remember you mentioned when you were at the park. Oh, Danny. Harrison says stupid kids messing up. Oh, no, he was getting angry because people were messing up. Harrison, I had to practice being Sandy a lot. I could have been your Sandy. I had to learn that I had to do all the Sandy bits at one point in time. Oh, Danny.
And she turns it on her, and you see her face when she's doing this. And she's like, I'm in Robin's closet. And I'm like, really? And she knows she's not supposed to be doing this. There's several times in this video, she's like, I think the realtor.
Idiotic people that didn't deserve a part. What a disgrace. That's so funny, Harrison. It's for, I'm sure the vetting on the. I'm not getting you on at the moment, Harrison.
Turns are onto us. I think they know what we're doing. I think, you know, it's clear that they weren't doing this. It's one thing if you're an interested party in buying the house. They weren't. And they clearly knew that they weren't by the way that they did this. And the amount of time she says that she didn't mean to do this or do that, or she felt so bad, was a lot.
So I was just looking around and stuff. Right here's the pantry, but they were in there, so I had to get that right. Yeah.
Like, listen to this.
What people asking if the realtors were in on it. No, the realtors were not in on it. They had nothing to do with this.
If I had exclusive follow photos, I would share them too. I would never go into somebody's house under false pretenses and video it and then post it online. No. Having someone take a photo and send me a photo of Cody out in public is far different than coming videotaping it and knowing you're not supposed to videotape it. And then she keeps saying, I had to cut them out. Do you know why she says that? Because there's literally a law in the state of Arizona that you cannot film someone without their consent.
Sure, Jen.
So these people didn't know that she was filming. And so she's intentionally cutting them out because she knows it's illegal to film them without their approval.
Oh, gee whiz.
It's a law in the state of Arizona. It's under their invasion of privacy.
Our opinions, other people might disagree, but yeah, but you know, I like that they had like as you can see, like these other little things that we've never seen before. For whatever reason, my mom did when I was 7, and then after looking at it in person, it didn't seem as tacky.
So she goes up to Robin's, like one of her cabinets that has all of her stuff in it, and she does a full panoramic of it, like it's a museum.
It is in pictures. I don't know why.
When it comes to video, you have to have approval of filming in the state of Arizona. You have to. It's a law. It has to do with their digital stuff. And every single person has an expectation of privacy in their own home. And this was a private viewing, not for public consumption.
But it didn't, you know, and then these other, there's another one of those sculptures.
Only one person, you are wrong. Do you really like honestly condone this behavior? Because I don't. Oh, and today we're doing a, let's change my goal here. Let's get those gifts going. Let's get the diamonds coming in. People, let's change this. It's been the teddy bear for a few days. Let's do the corgi. I love me some corgi. So make sure that you hit the tap, tap, tap.
So apparently, it's a one-party consent state, by the way.
Yeah, she also went to Cody's favorite eating establishments and asked the staff about what his eating habits were like, what he was like when he went to the bathroom, all these weird things.
I swear she's jealous because she
There's
didn't do
a
it.
name for it, but I can't remember right off. There's Libra scale. And it's just beautiful. And we joke about them not having curtains or anything, but if you look, there's nobody for miles. There's another china cabinet, I guess.
And frankly, what they're doing by telling this person is she's literally putting this all on the internet. And I understand that they film there, but even when they film, they don't show all the stuff that's inside this house. It's like inviting someone to come rob this house. It's like telling the robbers exactly where to go, where they can find the china, where they can find the expensive, what do you call it? Like the crystals, where they can find the art. She's basically giving a thief.
But I thought she said that the art was worthless. Now the art's worth something.
a blueprint of how to vandalize and rob this house. Reality T Squad said that people that are acting like these ladies snuck into the house need to come off their soapboxes. Checking out a fridge is understandable since it's an appliance. Going through someone's drawer is not cool. I can't speak as to why Akira went to the viewing, but I know for certain the member of this group that went is legitimately about to purchase property in Flagstaff. I don't actually believe that. Then she said, regarding Without a Crystal Ball, I know she's a polarizing figure in this community. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Tidy's going to get some new stuff. She's got a lot of anger in her voice. She was big mad about the court yesterday and need to get it. I think she was, Michelle.
I'm not. And it says, but there are members of this group that watch her videos, and I don't want anyone to ever feel bad for who they follow. I'd like to get back to not bashing other creators. She had like a couple days where she allowed people to bash me.
So apparently she denies the fact that she's a polarizing figure.
And that people have vented their frustrations. I don't believe anything from this group was shared with malice. I believe it was just an instance of sharing some tea. I so appreciate the real estate feedback that realtors will often embellish about why a seller is selling. Call me naive, but that never really occurred to me. I don't see an issue with going to see a public housing listing. It wasn't a public, first of all, it's not public housing. It's a private house. It's not a public listing. It's a private scheduled visit. It's a private tour. It's not an open house. An open house is very different than scheduling a private tour through realtors.
They have like little snack things, and of course all of Cody's supplements. At least I made them up.
All right, you guys, we've been stuck at 13,000 likes, so please get tapping. Also, we're getting the corgis. We need to start getting some corgis or
She's not very happy, is she?
some other stuff. And TikTok shop and all the things, and share the lives and all the things.
She's not happy she's not getting any corgis, is she?
The counter. Here I do open up a drawer, or two drawers. Open up the silverware
Thank
drawer.
you, Faith. Okay, so listen, she says, I'm opening. No, not anyone can view the property. It's a public listing on the MLS, but not anyone can view this property. That's false. You have to schedule an appointment for a private listing, private tour. A public viewing of a home is called an open house.
And then that one. Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
So she opened up the drawers and said, I'm just opening the drawers and being nosy.
Cody's supplements. At least
Thank you,
I made them
Robin.
off the counter.
She's telling them where you can find Cody's supplements.
Here I do open up a drawer, or two drawers. Open up the silverware drawer. Be nosy. And then that one.
Thank you, Jillian.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
So she says, I opened up some drawers. I was just being nosy. I don't know why I did that. I'm not showing you the video. I'm just telling you what she's saying while she's doing this, so that you can understand that what people are defending, she's actually admitting to in the video. I'm not showing you what she did.
And then, of course, at the bar, her teapots.
Thank you, Carissa.
And more paintings.
It was not, no, it was not an open house. It was not an open house. No, I never.
Katie needs a hug. I'm not offering her one. Why do we need a? I don't know. We don't know. I don't know why we need a play-by-play. You're right.
Said it was an open house. An open house is a public viewing where anyone can come into the house. It means anyone in the public can come. This was not an open house. This was a private tour.
Fight me, Luca. She wants to have a fight with someone, doesn't she?
A pre-planned private viewing.
Remember, she had found out that her court documents weren't sealed and it wasn't frivolous, and very, very interesting.
No need to be condescending. Helena, you're just here to troll. Yeah, it requires a booking and a realtor, which means they went to great lengths to get this. Cody does have mental health problems. Have you not watched his show?
Yeah, oh, here, I was pretending to get the ceilings. And she told me to get the ceilings, so that's what I'm doing, kind of go around and get the ceilings. But this guy gave me an advantage to be able to get some of the higher artwork we have.
So they told her to film the ceilings. They clearly lied to the realtors to get this showing. That's why I'm saying they misled the real estate agents to do this. That's what's wild about this. They went to lengths to find realtors, to realtors, to mislead the realtors involved in this case. It's not a public showing. Touring a house is very different.
Oh, gee whiz, she's angry with everybody.
Than filming the contents of the home and putting it on TikTok. She posted this on TikTok. This is on TikTok right now.
Seeming so obvious, which I think that one realtor was kind of onto us there.
Here, she says that they're onto her.
Thank you. It's easier to hide from up here.
Baby girl. All right. She's going to say this.
Yes, she said earlier she has respect for people with mental health issues. She did say that. Yes, and she's promoting it. Correct.
You have been doing content from a lady who was in the same walkthrough. I'm literally talking about Akira going through the walkthrough. And her friend had absolutely no intention of buying. I don't care what that woman says online. There's no way she had any intention of buying, because that woman who claimed she was going to buy posted on Facebook, I have hit the pinnacle of my sister wives' career. I will never, ever achieve more glory than I did the other day. I pulled off something masterful and even surprised myself.
This is the 4th time. Too bad you didn't find the testosterone Cody tapes, right, KJ? Yes. So this is the 4th time she's mentioned it.
Akira, a lady from here who makes TikTok content and TLC content, had her friend get a pre-approval. They drove 2 days to make content. They went inside of Cody and Robin's house, all the sister wives, and they touched all their stuff, and they were being very invasive. They filmed it. It was not an open house. This was completely unethical and wrong. You wouldn't want someone going through your stuff.
All right. Wowzers. All right. So clip 3. She's still going. Oh, gee whiz.
I did not talk to any one of them about this. None of them. Someone sent me the screenshots of what the woman wrote about what they did. I was no way involved in this. But here she is again, proving that they were not there for the right reasons. Listen.
This kind of gave me an advantage to get some of the higher artwork without seeing it.
No, without violating people, says Will. And Michelle says, what about showing Christy's text messages? Was she leading Miss Christie into thinking they were private messages? She's so annoyed. Yeah, she didn't get the photos herself, and she's repeating herself.
Seeming so obvious, which I think that one realtor was kind of onto us. Their realtor, I think they were onto us.
I think their realtor was onto us. If you're not doing anything wrong, why would someone be onto you? If you're just there to view a property because you're literally looking for an investment property, why are you worried that a realtor is onto you? And the implication is she clearly knows that what she's doing. I'm not involved in this stuff.
How are you involved?
I didn't do this. I'm talking about what they're doing.
Oh dear. Stuff like, this is why you have to sign an NDA to even look inside Michael Jordan's mansion. That's what's up. Probably. I mean, that's right.
Why are people getting this confused? I have nothing to do with what these women did.
But you're talking about it and promoting it.
But super nice, got like a little accent there. And just going around. Back to that painting, I seem to really like that painting. There's old Cody's office. It's kind of neat seeing it at that angle with the picture.
They know you so well, KJ. Everyone thinks it's you. Well, that's right. Everybody thinks it's her because it would normally be her.
There's my thing. Yeah, more pictures, paintings. There's another one close up. And
I'm not taking their content. We're commentating on their content. What we're doing right now is called.
It says, then why are you taking their content and asking for gifts and likes? Just like you know, the other people there said they were giving you the info. Ooh.
Commentary. No, I didn't get any information from Akira. I didn't get any information from this Denise lady, and I certainly didn't get any information from a woman named Jeanne. I don't know any of them. None of them. But it looks like my trolls have showed up.
Anyone who's rude in the chat will get a mute or a block. So how about we be respectful to the creator and her content? Thank you.
Oh, there you go. There's a woman called Faith. You know, KJ's mad. She didn't think to do this and can't because she won't leave the house. Correct, Will. Michelle, but she has no problem saying that she had a brown neighbor taking photos of the care team while being, and that meanwhile, that was a lie. She would have a neighbor take pictures. All right, and so she's got one of her bulldogs in while she's drinking.
Seeing these paintings in person, I don't know, it is like more expensive. Oh, like, well, I don't know if you saw that. Oh, right here is the wood damage. That's what I'm getting right here. That is one of the things that are going to need to be fixed. I'm not sure they're going to be fixing it, or if they just said that it just takes a piece of wood. There's another piece right there. And here's they're doing a lot of work. That purple painting, which of course
now she's in Robin's bedroom again. She was just in Robin's bedroom. Now she's back in Robin's bedroom.
She's got 6 corgis, by the way.
I aggravated myself with the way I recorded, but I'll come back to it at some point. I get
More Spanish read to check out
later
3.
on.
She's literally
Someone says, I like all of Katie's content. She's non-biased with facts.
in every inch of Robin's bedroom.
Probably my favorite in the whole house. Yeah, I had to cut off their heads with those.
And she said, I had to cut off their heads. So she has literally a block on the face, on the screen. There's a block on there because she knows what she's doing is wrong. She's not supposed to be filming during this showing. It's funny because that's what Cody said about me. Cody doesn't talk about me. So she's saying, she
Hang on.
said,
I thought that's sarcasm, right? Now she's saying, I thought Cody thought about her every day, of every hour, of every night.
had to cut off their face because she knows that she's not supposed to be filming them.
2 paintings I brought on the left, those are real paintings. They're not, oh, that one is really gorgeous. That one, you see that one? See how they're mounted? You
Yes.
have to go back and pause it, but they're really well professional ones, of course, I guess. Let me see, yeah, some more artwork.
She's literally filming every piece of artwork that's in this house.
Look at the top
Akira.
there.
And then she's rubbing the wall and touching the wall.
Notice how dark the house is. See, it's got like a deep brown, and then this olive. I don't know why it's so dark. Yeah, that purple painting was so pretty in person.
Thank you for the corgis.
I love it. She's so funny when she's so mad. Oh, of course. Yeah, she's got 7 corgis now. I don't know what the corgis are worth.
And then there's another one. I think that one's getting ready to go into Robin's.
Like she's going through and looking at every painting and putting the painting on the camera. It's just very weird because she was hiding the filming from them. So she was holding it so they couldn't see what she was doing. And she was like intentionally hiding it from them when they would look at her.
The next 2 months. The next 2 months are going to be very interesting.
Another one. I zoom in on the.
I'm not showing you. I just want you to hear her words because showing you doesn't help this. They didn't know she was filming. Oh my God. They would never allow that. No realtor would allow that. No way. That's why they have pictures perfect.
So someone says, I often hide the fact that I'm filming while walking through houses. Well, actually, I was thinking, just having a thought about it. They could have, if you were really serious about buying it, I'm wondering whether you could get permission to film it. I've seen people go through houses where they've had people on FaceTime because they couldn't be there. That often happens. Could order for TRO in October and 7M in November. I know it's going to be very interesting.
Professionally done.
So there, yeah, I zoom in right here.
Yes, this is her narrating. And so she's zooming in on a painting so that you guys can see that the artist signed the painting.
What shall we name this period?
The way I
Hang
recorded
on. If the artist has signed the painting, then wouldn't it be worth money to have something signed by the artist, particularly when the artist has died? But she spent all that time earlier telling us that they're not worth anything.
But I'll come back to it at some point. I get it better later on. But that purple painting is probably my favorite in the whole house. Yeah, I had to cut off their heads. But those 2 paintings that brought on the left, those are real paintings. They're not. Oh, that one was really gorgeous. That one, you see that one? See how they're mounted? I'm gonna have to go back and pause it, but they're really well professional ones, of course, I guess.
See, someone says my realtor let me video my house. See, someone said that they were allowed to video. Wonder what would happen if it was all approved.
Yeah, like some there's like a lot more like love stuff throughout the house. Like there's another one of those horse kind of statue things.
There she's now she's in Robin's closet touching Robin's clothes.
Even if they can't legally get in trouble, it's unethical and it's gross. And I think that filming a celebrity's home and lying under false pretenses to get in is different than just filming any open house.
But a lot of people film walkthroughs nowadays. I would keep things straight in your mind. If you, yeah, well, that's right. A lot of people do, and I know that they do have they film the houses anyway now as well. So whether, yeah, I don't know.
Hey, first of all, I don't know what state you're in. In Arizona, in the state of Arizona, it is illegal to film someone when they don't know they're being filmed. You cannot be.
Yeah, but they didn't put the faces on. So they didn't film the people
Be on private property filming someone if they don't know they're being filmed. She was hiding the camera from the realtors because they didn't know she was filming. It's actually a crime to do this in the state of Arizona. She even said that Cody was suspicious of her. The person that told her to film wasn't the realtor. It was literally the person, her friend, telling her to film.
So I hope you guys enjoy, and sorry again to the realtors. You guys did great. I hope you guys sell it.
Sorry again to the realtors. Why would you say you're sorry?
have their wife listed just above that price, and it's private viewing only. So common these days. Yeah. Well, as I said, I thought, yeah.
She's filming like spray that's on a toilet.
Okay, so I guess to save time, I'm just gonna go ahead and add like some music to this, and I hope you guys enjoy. And sorry again to the realtors. You guys did great. I hope you guys sell it.
She needs to go out and touch some grass and see the real world.
And, well, just look at the
Someone says, "Crazy cat mum, she doesn't speak facts."
he gets mad, or if the realtors get mad, just think of this as free promo, right? Right.
If the realtors get mad, or if Cody gets mad, just think of this as free promo. Does that sound like someone that knows what they're doing is wrong or right? Why would she say if Cody gets mad, or if the realtors get mad if they knew?
This is free promo. They should be thanking me.
They should be thanking me for filming this for them.
Right. They should be thanking us. I should be getting paid to do this. I did free labor, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later.
So jelly.
There's another time later in the video towards the end where she literally says, "I think the realtors are on to me." She's like just come out of Aurora's room, and she's like worried they're gonna like kick her out. I'm not just mad that I wasn't the one that did this. I would never do.
Someone said it. Oh, someone said it.
Do this ever.
Because she's like the moral compass.
I got it. Okay. I don't know these people that are trying to get on.
I don't know how we ended up with so many trolls in one spot all at once.
My concern here is that it's fine if you're in the market to buy a house. These people were very clearly not in the market to buy this house. And
she knows that.
You're walking around filming it basically.
So, and of course she knows that, right?
Fangirling, almost like you're a stalker because you're so excited to be close to something that someone you like admire has. Like she's like so excited to be in Robin's closet. Now put yourself in the position.
Well, we know what would happen if Katie Joy was there. She'd be getting excited touching Cody's stuff, wouldn't she?
Of a public figure and having someone film in their closet and they're touching your belongings.
Please thank me for being those.
I don't know who these women are, so if they're gonna yell at me, they're gonna yell at me.
I got it. I got it. Oh my God, I didn't need to get out of here.
Okay.
Happens a lot.
Okay. People, a lot of the fundamentalists, they think I'm an alcoholic because I have like a glass of wine, but they also think that any alcohol is like you're an alcoholic.
After you block 10,000, it starts unblocking. So apparently now she's, because she has a glass of wine, she's an alcoholic. Oh, whiff.
I've had like 3 sips of wine. No, you're fine. So what were your thoughts about this, Faith?
It was unethical and gross, and they lied. And I don't see, if they wanted their home to be filmed, Robin has never let a film crew inside of her home in the last couple seasons of Sister Wives. So it's very clear they were not comfortable having people film the inside of their home for a reason.
She'd steal a pair of undies of, she would steal a pair of undies of Cody. She would. And she'd sleep with them then as well. They're not sips, Katie. She takes a sip for every block. They're not sips of wine. That's a glug of wine.
So the fact that they did this is disgusting. And I wouldn't want someone, I don't know, touching my dresses, looking at my drawers, looking at my husband's supplements. Like, that is disgusting.
Someone said it crosses lines and boundaries. Okay, I don't know if this person wants to come up or not. Did you mean to come up? Or was that an accident? Is this an accident? Or do you mean to be here, Alyssa? Clearly doesn't mean to be here.
Not true, KJ. One glass of wine doesn't make you an alcoholic. And we saw those 3 sips. Is Faith? I don't know who Faith is.
We believe that the realtor did do an income verification, but we think that she had her friend there for that purpose.
Big gulp.
Not to mention, can't they get the realtor in trouble? Because, I mean, she's the one showing the house, so she's ultimately responsible
Yes.
at that point.
Yes.
That might cost someone their job and their livelihood.
Yep. I know.
Hi.
Oh, here's another one. This is Camille, who's a fangirl. You should wait till she starts kissing KJ's butt.
Myself on mute because I'm playing with my dog as well, and I don't really have any commentary, but I'm here.
The chick who filmed it put it on TikTok. This is correct.
Miss King, what they did was, Sister Wives, Cody and Robin are selling their home. A TikToker wanted content, so they drove there under false pretenses, entered the house, and wanted to take a tour.
Your order says, "Oh no, it's the mini me." Yes, it's mini me.
And decided to film it and post it for content. We'll do all this stuff. Very unethical.
Yes, that's what happened. And they clearly weren't there to buy the house.
You know,
Akira was chasing cloud and thought it would get clicks.
I would love for the.
She said she felt creepy when they drove by and there were cars there.
I would love if the friend actually went and bought the house. Faith and Ray are her new BFFs, and Camille, yes.
She touched the clothes. She opened the drawers in the kitchen. They literally looked through the refrigerator and posted what the contents of the refrigerator were on Facebook. I would not do the same thing. Shell, do you really think I would go into someone's house? I've never done that in the 5 years that I've been on Facebook.
Everyone says you would so do that. Isn't it funny how people are saying this is what you would do?
You too. Never. Do people honestly think I would do that? I have never done that. I would never do that.
It's a creator on the app that did it. Sister Wives, Cody and Robin are a show from TLC. They're Mormons. They have sister wives. They believe in polygamy. It's a whole thing.
I personally, knowing what I know about Cody Brown, would never go to his house and do this. Do you know why? Cody Brown has a lot of guns, like a ton of guns. He's also very unstable and he's incredibly unpredictable. This is a guy that has been known to yell at his neighbors to stay off of his property. He open carries, which you can do, but this is not someone you want to piss off. Like, I would never want to cross Cody Brown.
Don't call him unstable then. Colin,
and go into his house that way.
don't call him unstable if you don't want
Anybody
to.
that's coming from her live that's like trolling in the chat, you'll just get blocked. So enjoy it while it lasts, I guess.
From whose life?
From Kira's or anybody, because it seems like all her fans are in here just being trolls for no reason.
I had nothing, like I had no complaints about her. And then I saw this and I was like, what are you doing?
I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. They wouldn't like it if it was their house, period. I meant like from her video, you know, her page. You know what I meant. Be serious.
So Cody's safe that's in the safe that was in his closet, that's guns. He also had another safe for handguns, and then he had cases that you could see that she posted. Cody has so many guns, so many. Cody's cult, and I'm going to be clear about this, they are known to traffic weapons, okay?
Oh, no. Now we're going. So hang on a minute. Now we're doing weapons trafficking. She does that to her neighbors, yelling at them. She's unstable. Yeah, well, she does the same thing. Well, now, so he's a weapons trafficker now.
These are men that have no problem modifying guns and making them into machine guns. They have no problem doing that. They have no problem illegally modifying them. This is something they're taught to do in their cult. They, like, she showed all of she showed that in the garage. They had like all of these crates and containers. That's doomsday prepping. So it's like storage for their food, and it's all the stuff that they would need for when the end of the world comes, because they think that Jesus is coming and Armageddon's going to happen, and they're arming themselves for the federal government to attack them.
She's trying hard to convince herself that she wouldn't do these things, says Grace Lee. Grace, she said that before, that she's saying she trafficked with Mexicans, says Grace Lee. Yeah. They might just, well, the big family, don't they?
And so I wouldn't want to
Well, that's right. Well, don't they save up all the food? Didn't they have a storage of food? Just, they would buy stuff cheap and then store it.
Go to Cody's property. I wouldn't want to go to anyone's property that's part of the AUB. These men are dangerous. I said the AUB is known to sell and traffic illegal guns. They have talked about this on, there was a show on A&E. Someone from the AUB literally just talked about how they modify weapons and they are illegal.
Oh. Cody. Well, that's right. Gee, how many more? I think she said that there was 5, I think. 7. There's 7 clips. Okay, because I'm going to have to go after this. All right. Oh, no.
I don't tell you this on the show because no one would watch the show if you all knew that. I mean, do you really...
Why would broadcast illegal activities on?
Well, and one of the reasons why the AUB is like a different level of dangerous than the FLDS is because they're breeding like a paramilitary, like homegrown terrorism. Okay, they don't believe that they should abide by our laws at all. They believe that they only have to abide by God's law, and they can do whatever they want. So they believe they're sovereign citizens, and they will shoot. And they literally train their kids. I've watched videos of their camps, and the kids are taught how to modify and build weapons, and crawling and crouching. I've interviewed Emily Watson, who is Dave Watson's daughter, and she talked about all the training they went through for the end times and preparing to like protect your family and all the gun training. They're like literally making little militants for Jesus or Moroni or Joseph Smith.
Did she say Roden?
This is what the AUB is. This is the cult the sister wives are from. They are extremists. This is what I cover on my channel, the religious extremism of it. We don't sugarcoat what the AUB is about. We have interviewed ex-members, people on the Brethren, daughters of the prophet, daughters of the former prophet. It's not all Mormonism, trust me. These people are scary. Like, if you're going to go there, they're prepared to kill you. Like, it's Waco.
Oh, what?
Like, Benjamin Brown, Cody's nephew, said if the feds ever go to the compound in Wyoming, it will be like Waco. And if the feds ever go to Bluffdale in Utah, it'll be like Waco. Yes, it's true that Cody didn't carry insurance on his kids. That is true. I don't know who Belinda is.
Roberts, Roden Smith. That's what
So, the AUB barters.
I thought she said Roden. I thought she said Roden Smith. It depends whether she's taken, or she may have taken her. Can't stand who she said after Cody sometime. After she's taken her medication to help her sleep, Apparently, she's in pretty good form.
And trades women are like chattel. They sell them basically to the highest bidder. And the more loyal you are to the group leaders, the more women you have. Women have no rights at all. Children are neglected and abused. I mean, that's the reality of polygamy.
All right, so now we're back to the human trafficking again.
She said, I'm from Utah and I can born and raised and can confirm this is all true. There was an episode of on polygamy. It was on, let me see what the show was called. Secrets of Polygamy. Okay. This is a wild thing. The episode about the AUB aired on the same night that Garrison ended his life. Okay. So no one paid attention to this episode because Garrison died. The episode is about their paramilitary group that's literally running drills and being trained by people from the military to blow up mountains and cause like collapses on bridges to block entrances into tunnels. They talked about modifying the guns. It's episode 8 called Secret Militia. It's all about the AUB. Robin's brother-in-law, Mike Bowles, is on in the leadership of the militia. Okay, her brother-in-law, her sister Fawn's husband, Mike Bowles, was one of the leaders of the militia. That's how close they are to these terrorists. They did training for the militia right outside of Las Vegas.
And then someone says not all polygamists are with the AUB. And that is true. If you just look at Seeking Sister Wives, they've got quite a few people on there that aren't religious at all. How do you explain that?
Secrets of Polygamy, episode 8. Saul is 12. Yes, Dayton lives in an RV. Can the police do anything about it? They don't seem to care about it. It's on A&E, episode 8, Secrets of Polygamy. I'm sure you can find it on Hulu or any app that has A&E. Ari is 9. Robin Brown shut down my sister wives' closet the day after an article appeared on the Salt Lake Tribune about the militia. Okay, so they did an expose in 2019 exposing the militia. Okay, the militia named a bunch of people involved in it. They showed the weapons, all of like the gear that they had, all the tactical stuff that they were doing. They explained all the drills they were running, what they were preparing for. The very next day, Robin Brown shut down my sister wives' closet. The same, like a day or two later, one of the guys.
Michelle says I want to just reach through the screen and slap it every time I hear her say Garrison. I thought I was the only one about the breathing. She does that, says Gracie Lee. She's breathing like she's just running. She does do that too, yeah.
Is that led the militia? Okay. His son took his own life and announced the end of his life on Facebook. So they get exposed in the Salt Lake Tribune. Robin's company, my sister wives' closet, which I'm fully convinced was a money laundering organization that was probably, in my opinion, laundering money for them, shuts down her business. One of the guys that's running it, his son, kills himself. Okay, and then the same night that this episode airs on A&E, who died? Garrison Brown.
No.
Every time this topic gets brought up in the media, someone's killing themselves.
No way.
The leader of this group's son killed himself when it was exposed by the Salt Lake Tribune. Garrison killed himself the same night this episode aired. I don't think it's a coincidence at all.
There's another cookie. Hang on a minute. Did he know it was airing? Well, that's... Oh, gee whiz.
The number of deaths by suicide or unaliving themselves in the AUB is very high. Very high. Very high. Especially with young men. Because they're pushed out. As far as like what would make the guys unalive themselves, I don't know. Like, part of me, and this is just my speculation. I mean, obviously Garrison was very intoxicated and dealing with a lot of issues. But imagine if your whole life you're told something about a group, believing that it's like the right and righteous thing, right? Imagine your whole life you're told that the righteous path to the most fulfilled life in eternity is by following this group, okay? And then imagine you find out that it was all a lie. And then imagine that your dad was running this group. Other people, no, I don't think the fact that I painted him as a racist, come on. This cult.
But I thought Garrison had converted to the Muslim church. I thought I heard. I mean, not Muslim, a Mormon. Sorry, he was a Mormon. I thought he to the traditional LDS. That's what I read somewhere.
cult is racist. That's a fact. All of the boys that grow up in this cult are racist. All of them. Some of them grow out of it and learn better. But every single child in this cult is taught that people of color are wicked and evil. They are literally doing genealogy to ensure they never get pregnant or have a child with someone that has any percentage of black skin. That's why they do the genealogy. It's literally not because of anything, valid. It's so that they don't have sex with people that have any ancestors that are black.
Michelle says, let me at her, let me at her.
Because that's the mark of Cain. Every child that grows up in the AUB is racist. Once they become adults and they learn better, a lot of them can change their opinions, but they are bred and born to be white supremacists. That's what the AUB is. That's a fact. Some of them can overcome that, learn, and do better. Other people, it's inherent. Cody is still racist. Apostolic United Brethren. Apostolic United Brethren. Yes, they believe that people with dark skin are cursed. And they're having so many children because did you see how the family responded to Tony when he came into the family? Do you remember how they referred to him?
They were really rude, and they made it seem like he was an outsider, and they really did not take to him at all.
What did they say about him? He's an outsider.
Isn't one of the kids married to a Mexican family? I'm not sure. My heart breaks for the Brown family every time she opens her mouth about them. It's horrible.
That's like code for that he's not white.
Well, technically, all the husbands of their daughters would have been outsiders. I don't think any of them married real Mormon people.
No, Aspen's husband is from the cult.
Okay.
Mitch's grandfather is oh God, what was his name? Thompson. He got kicked out. He was doing colonics on people and like essaying them while he was doing it. And his daughters accused him of essay. Mitch's grandfather.
That's terrible.
Yes. No, Mitch's grandfather. Thompson was his last name. But yeah, he was essaying his daughters. I think he actually fathered a couple kids with his daughters. Oh. And then, this is all true. This really happened. I'm not
still on film? Like, that's wild.
Well, Mitch didn't do this, his grandfather did. I talked about all this on my YouTube channel. I'm not making this up. Okay, let me see who the guys are. Hello? Oh, she didn't.
I think she's told her two hype up girls to shut up while she's talking, and they have. Yeah, I think so.
You can see who the brother-in-law were.
Anybody have any questions? Yeah, 100K. If anybody has any questions or comments or thoughts, please request the box.
Let's keep tapping those screens and getting 25 quirkies for Katie. Because she's amazing.
If you really want to know like the dark history of their church, it's everywhere. It's out there for you to have it. I have covered this. My YouTube channel has all the backstory about all of this. Like we have literally covered all of this. I have interviewed so many people from this group. So Rulin Allred was the founder basically of the group. He stole the founding so they believe in this lineage that you have to be a key holder, okay? And Rulin, who was Christine's grandfather, was a chiropractor, and he befriended this guy named Joseph Musser, and Musser was sick. And there was already a line of succession in place. And that line of succession was supposed to be Leroy Johnson. And Rulin
that's a
got
good
in with
point.
Musser when he was ill and very delusional. And
Hello, SD. Why do they have people of color as members? Well, that's a good question. Very good question.
Usurped everyone and became the next leader, basically by manipulating Musser while he was ill. Okay, that's always been the controversy. And this is what happened and why the two groups split. So Leroy Johnson took his group down to Short Creek and they became the FLDS. Rulin, who took over his group unethically, became the AUB. And that's how the FLDS and the AUB split. And that happened in the 1950s.
That's wild. Didn't Cody mention the only reason he married Christine was because of her lineage to begin with?
Yeah, she's considered blue blood. So it's considered royalty because they have blue blood, because they're related to Rulin. And the reason why Cody likes Robin, the only reason he cares about Robin is because Robin's 3 children that she had with her ex-husband are blue blood, because David, Preston, Jessup, Robin's ex-husband.
I think she's on the behind the scenes because so many people are calling them out for being suckers. I think so, true.
Is Rulin's grandson. So Aurora, Dayton, and Brianna are blue blood polygamist royalty.
Does Miss Menza know ODism is a white nationalist faith? Well, she'll deny that, of course.
Yeah, that's why he wanted to marry Robin. That's really, it's that simple.
It's not a coincidence he wanted to adopt them either.
No, because he wanted the blue blood.
I never watched the show before, by the way, so I have no idea what you're talking about, but
This is more interesting.
yeah.
So Rulin became the leader, and then they just, like, under Musser, they did this whole, like, council of 7 or something. And so they had this whole concept where there would be, like, an inner circle that would surround the prophet, and that those people would be the next in line to take over, and it was like the succession, right? So Rulin was the leader until 1978, and he was killed. And he was unalived by one of the wives of Herbal LeBaron, who was a competing faction in a cult called the Church of the Firstborn, I think, the Lamb of the God of the Firstborn, something like that. And he was down in Mexico. He had split off from his brother's church, Joel LeBaron, and he ended up having his brother killed Joel, and he tried to have his brother Verlin killed, and he also killed Rulin. And then Herbal's group went on to slaughter a bunch of people in the 1980s. And there's a whole thing. They call him the Manson like Mormon Manson. That's a name, I guess. Yeah. Yes, some of them are still in prison. Yes.
Yes, she's flashing on that red short order, isn't she?
I actually interviewed Celia and Aunt Anna LeBaron, who are Erbil's daughters. And Christine is actually a descendant of Erbil because Christine's grandfather on her mom's side is Erbil's brother Florin. So Christine has blue blood on both sides. So she has LeBaron in her, and then she also has Allred. So her mom is a LeBaron and her dad is an Allred. And Christine's mother, Annie, was born to Anna and Florin. And Anna was from Germany, and she was abandoned by Florin. And so she left because Florin was a terrible polygamist. He didn't take care of his kids. And she had nowhere to go. And so she became friends with Vera, who is married to Owen Allred. So Vera had asked Anna to join her family. And so basically Annie was brought in with her mom, Anna, and she, as like a, 10 or 11-year-old, became the stepdaughter of Owen Allred. So growing up, Annie and Rex, who got married and had Christine, were step cousins. Okay. So they weren't related, but they were raised as cousins. A lot of the people in this cult marry their siblings or marry their relatives, and there are genetic anomalies that are occurring right now in this cult that they're trying to hide. Specifically, there's a neurological disease that's causing children to prematurely end their life. And they're currently, I spoke to someone like a month ago, trafficking girls from Mexico to get in fresh blood because there's so much genetic problems in the cult right now. But what was his Thompson? What was it, Joel? Was it Joel Thompson?
Hello, Purple Dragon Shield.
So Owen.
Oh. Hang on. So now she's saying there's genetic problems. That's why it's all happening. Oh, gee whiz. I need my FBI string chart on the wall, Tiger.
Took over. So, okay, so the Kingstons have this. I'll talk to you about Kingstons because this is actually what happened with Joel. I think it was Joel Thompson. Or Joe Thompson. Joe Thompson. Is that right?
Katie, someone wants to know if the ex-wives are still, and the kids are still in the cult, like I guess with Cody.
Okay, so Cody and Robin are not like, okay, here's how the DUB works. In order for Cody and Robin to be in good standing with like the church, they have to tithe and they have to like repent and say they're sorry. And when Cody joined the show, the prophet at the time was Lemoyne Jensen, and he told Cody in front of everyone that he was going on the show for the wrong reasons. He was only doing it for fame. He didn't care about polygamy, and that he would lose his family as a result. Basically, giving him a prophecy. He gave him a prophecy in front of everyone and said, "You will lose your family if you do this."
Yeah, I wonder what medical study and journals have been published on the neurology. I don't know. That's interesting.
Creepy, right? So they were not supportive of him going on. They were never excommunicated, by the way. They were never excommunicated.
Oh, you can hear the sun in the background.
So Joe Thompson was one of the people on the Brethren, and he was in charge of endowments, which is like the different things that they do when they become adults. Like there's marriage endowments, and it's all these things that they have to do to do the temple. Okay, so Joe was doing the marriage endowments, and he was in charge of the marriage stuff, and he was also doing colonics for healing, and he was essaying people in the group, and he had this belief that he was a descendant of Jesus Christ, and so as a result, he believed to keep his bloodline pure, that he would have relations with his daughters. Okay, he fathered some kids with his daughters.
Hang on, her son, we can hear her son, so it means he can maybe hear her. So she's talking about all of this, and he can probably hear all this. She said it sounded like she said he was in charge of donuts. Hey, I want that job.
Some of the daughters to this day of Joe still deny this happened, and they refuse to believe that he did this. And it's wild. Others know that this has happened. But what happened was it ended up getting exposed to the whole church that this is what Joe was doing. And so he was kicked out. And he was never charged, never arrested, because they never actually do anything. They never report the men to the police ever. This is someone from Cody's church. So Mary and Cody, when they were going through infertility, were using Joe Thompson for colonics. And Joe was telling them that colonics would help them get pregnant. Mm-hmm. So what Mary went through is horrible. And then they put her through unnecessary treatments that weren't going to help. And then it was during the same time the stuff came out about Joe Thompson doing this to his daughters that another secret was leaked, which actually caused a huge problem, and people left the church.
Oh, I'm Krispy Kremes. Actually, I had to fast. I had to have a blood test because I went to the doctor because I wasn't feeling. I said to doctor, I wasn't feeling.
They find out that there's multiple men on the brother.
And I said to him, I'm not really feeling myself at the moment. And so he mentioned the M word that happens to women at a certain time in life. So I've got to have all my hormones test checked and everything. And anyway, I had to fast for 8 hours. Geez. So I broke my fast with a Krispy Kreme donut.
And they're doing this to their daughters and to other little girls. One of the guys on the Brethren, Chevrolet Palacios, actually was arrested in 2000, and he died in prison. His wife was also arrested, and they were doing it to her daughters, his stepdaughters. He also had the same belief that he was Jesus. This is also practiced by the Kingstons. Okay, so when Cody and the wives say,
I've actually got it sped up a lot. He does hear her. It was obvious when Todd interrupted her Marvin McRae tirade because the son was asking about life expectancy. My brain. Our grocery store has the best long johns. Well, long johns here means undergarments that keep you warm in winter. You would usually wear them under clothes, and so gee, I had to wear my long johns today. I'm assuming that's something you can eat, not something you wear. Don't you love how different things mean different things in other parts of the world?
that they aren't like the other groups, they're lying because their brethren are doing this 100%. 100% this is happening in the AEB. So this is where it gets even weirder. So around the same time all this comes out about Joe Thompson and Chevrolet, they also learn that there's a new thing that is on the market, and that is if a man is unable to impregnate his wife, they designated someone on the council to impregnate the wife for him.
Really? Like an artificial insemination type deal? Like a full-fledged making a baby?
Yep.
That's disgusting. And I never even watched a show. This is disgusting. I don't even know if I can watch this show after this.
Well, yes. So this was told to me by 3 ex-members because this actually resulted in one of Rulin Allred's sons ending his life. So Rulin's son, Lewis, finds out what's happening. He learns about what these guys are doing. He learns about the guys that are the brethren that are impregnating the women. But get this. The women can't say no to them, so they're actually being hard, okay? But to protect the brethren from getting into trouble, and so they can't be prosecuted, they wear a paper bag.
Oh, long johns I like in the Claire, and also long underwear here in Canada. So yeah. Oh, okay. Like in the Claire. Oh, yum.
Over their heads, so the woman can't see who's doing it to them. Just marinate on that. The women can't say no.
Someone says, where is your legit proof of claims? See, people calling her out. See, it's getting to the point where she'll have to come off TikTok because people are starting to call her out. I think we're nearly done because I need to go to bed. I've got to be up early in the morning too.
See who's doing it to them. Just marinate on that.
Marinate
The
on.
women can't say no.
Did she say marinate on that? Hang on.
Wear a paper bag over their heads, so the woman can't see who's doing it to them. Just marinate on that.
Marinate. Marinate. Just marinate on that for a minute.
The women can't say no to the guy that's going to impregnate them. To hide their identity, they wear a paper bag over their heads. Okay? So one of Rulin's sons, named Lewis, finds out that this is happening, and he takes his own life. Why did he do that? Because he had left the church for years, and he married a woman, and they had a monogamous life, and Rulin brought him back into the church and literally told him that if he didn't come back, he was going to go to hell, and he would be wicked, and he would like die in a pit of Satan or whatever it was, and guilted him to come back to this and told him that this was the most righteous and eternal way to get to heaven. It was his only path to celestial marriage was only the path to eternity, blah, blah, blah. And so he finds out what Joe Thompson's doing. He finds out about these guys that believe they're Jesus. He finds out that the guys are impregnating women by putting bags over their heads, and he takes his own life. Because every single thing that he did and he learned, and all the guilt that his dad put on him, he learned was a lie. So he killed himself.
Really? She isn't close to done. She went on for hours till she was sloshed. Then she got kicked off and then came back with more wine. Really? Wow. Yeah, well, we're only going to do this set. I'm not doing it when she comes back. She's marinating her liver.
So when I say that people end their lives in this church for devastating reasons, it's because of stuff like that. And I talked to one of Lewis's daughters who told me that. So it's heartbreaking, really. It also is what caused J. Allred, who was Owen Allred's son, to leave the council. So J. Allred actually just wrote a book, and I need to read it. But J. Allred just wrote a book. He's Owen Allred's son.
The point is that the women, they can't identify exactly who the father is. So they just want them. It's not like they don't know what's happening to them. They just can't say it was for sure that guy over there. There's 3 guys in the room with her.
Well, and they can't say no either.
Yeah.
They have no choice. So the women, they're chattel. They're treated like property. They don't have any say at all in their lives. Yes, we just talked about the LeBarons, but right now we're talking about the AUB. because not enough people know about the darkness of the AUB, and they watch the Sister Wives and act like everything's all great and rosy when it's not.
So everything's not great and rosy on Sister Wives. What episodes have you been watching?
No, they would not have relations with more than one guy at a night. If their husband couldn't get them pregnant, okay, the brethren came up with this concept that one of the men in the brethren would be able to impregnate the woman. And so the brethren that was selected to do this had to wear a bag over their head. And the book that Jay Allred just wrote is called Unraveling Polygamy. So it's sad. It's very sad. Yeah, so a lot of people just like watch the Sister Wives and they get mad at Robin and they get mad at Christine or they get mad at this person. And honestly, you need to get mad at the cult. You need to get mad at the cult leaders. I hate Cody, but he's also a victim of the cult. The men in this cult are horrible. They're bred to be terrible. They're bred to be narcissists. They're bred to be abusers. They're not bred to care about the women. What you saw, how Cody treated the wives, is exactly what happens in polygamy. They throw out, Owen Allred used to preach from the pulpit that once a wife gets past menopause, it's okay to just basically put her out to pasture and shoot her like a cow. With it basically stating like, once your wife is in menopause, you do not have to have anything to do with her. She's just out to pasture like an old cow. That's why they have to keep marrying younger and younger. And in the AUB, they teach for the most chaste, they cannot have sex unless they're going to procreate. And so the reason why the men have to continue to marry younger and younger is because they have to marry women that will bear them children. Otherwise, they can't have sex. I've been investigating the AUB for 6 years. It's all on my YouTube channel. Well, I don't think they're living their best lives, frankly. I don't think they're even able to get over their trauma in the current situation that they're in. Christine's just repeating the same patterns. She rebounded to David because she's taught from her childhood that she can't be without a man and that her only way to live is with a man. So a lot of women, when they leave the cult, they rebound into marriages. Oftentimes they get divorced and they end up with guys that are bad guys. So let's just hope that David's not a bad guy.
What?
And the competitiveness that they feel with each other doesn't go away once they leave. I mean, Christine is currently like doing like worthy up stuff, basically trying to compete with Mary. It doesn't stop. Like that inherent need to outshine one another and be the best and look better than someone. Like they're still competing with each other. And that's just bred into them because other women are looked at and viewed as competition, not as actual like friends.
Want some corgis up in here, please? They only have 9 out of 25. Katie loves her corgis. And can we get 100 packs, please? Thanks.
There you go. They want their corgis. Give us corgis, please.
That GoFundMe is not Gypsy's. I'm really kind of tired of addressing it. She didn't create that. It's not hers. Do I like any of the Sister Wives? No, I mean, no. If I was to like any of them, I would like Janelle probably the most. I don't hear very good things about Christine. She's very fake. She's very narcissistic. There's a reason why Christine and Robin didn't get along. Okay, let's just say that. Yeah, so Christine is posting all of these like, you're better than this. I see your value. Don't stay stuck. Those are like her last 3 posts. They're trying to be inspiring to women. Christine is very narcissistic. She is a lot like Cody. It was not an open house and they did not have permission to film. That's a fucking lie. There was no open house and they didn't have permission to film. Why would Akira keep saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry?
She's still going on about that.
We're not talking about Gypsy tonight, so I don't know why people keep bringing her up. We talk about a lot of other things besides Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I'm actually kind of just tired of her right now. Like,
she's tired.
I'm frankly exhausted with all of the content creators literally just grasping for straws and putting out bullcrap about her. I didn't say Christy, I said Christine. Christine.
So she's tired of people, but she's been going on.
No, I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted.
Oh, Lord.
So, yeah, like the AUB is just a really ugly cult. The topic is the Apostolic United Brethren, yes.
Hang on.
No, Robin was not brainwashed by Cody. Robin actually was raised by...
So wait on. So she's tired of all the content talking about Gypsy, yet she talked about Gypsy every day, non-stop, a couple of times a day for weeks.
named Robert, who was really sadistic. So men in this culture, women are taught, some women are taught by their moms, some little girls are taught by their moms. If you're gonna be a pro-life, you have to learn how to play the game to get your needs met. It's like you're basically playing survival of the fittest. And so you have to use whatever you have to get what you want. And Robin's mom was never the legal wife. She was the legal wife in her first marriage, and then she was not the legal wife in her second marriage, and she was the hidden wife. Robin's stepfather was never able to claim her, and he ignored her publicly. Robin's mom lived in poverty, and Robin did not want to live like her mom. Robin's mom taught her to use her body to get what she wanted. And so Robin used her body to get what she wanted. She basically was like a prostitute for Cody. That's how they
No way.
formed their relationship. She did whatever he wanted in the bedroom, and he would write about it to friends. And they would spend days upon days upon days in their bedroom locked. The kids would not be with anyone. Aurora would be taking care of us all. The kids were not allowed to go to the bedroom. They would just lock themselves in the bedroom all day long, just having sex all day long. And Cody would tell his friends that he couldn't get enough. It was the only thing they ever wanted.
I think someone's jealous that Cody and Robin have a life in the bedroom, hey?
Her bedroom looks like a brothel.
And Mary tried to do the same thing. She would go out and help him try to find new people. She tried to be on his good side. She could only have the one child, unfortunately, so she had to do something.
Multiple people told me that. Multiple people. Aurora told her cousin, okay? Aurora told her cousin this. And then Cody told his friend and his wife at lunch, and that wife told me. Multiple people told me the story, but Aurora told her cousin this. This is all on my channel. Everything I'm saying is not new. I don't know how people on here don't know this. People are acting like this is brand new information. This is literally all on my... Faith, do you watch my channel?
I do. She has a lot of this on there, and that's how I knew that Christine was royal blood. I wanted her to explain it to me a little bit better.
This is all on my channel. This came from multiple people.
The only exception is me because I don't know anything about the show because I've never watched it before. So everybody else doesn't get
I'm not a one-dimensional creator, so I'm never going to be someone that covers just one person. That's not what I've done. It's never what I've done. I'm not a Gypsy Rose creator.
And for any Gypsy Rose fans who thinks that she's a Gypsy Rose creator, this is to show you that she's not just a Gypsy Rose creator.
But yeah, this is 100% like legit. You can go. I have a whole playlist. It's called The Ex-Wives of Cody Brown.
Plus, he told everyone that Robin was a diesel jeans model, so she can't where his mind was when he started dating her and sleeping with her.
Yes. They would literally lock themselves in their bedroom and just stay there all day.
Well, Robin did call Cody her best customer on the show.
I personally don't think they waited till marriage. Personal opinion.
Katie, is there like a summary of the show where I can find it so I can like...
Oh God. This is like 14 years. You're 14 years too late.
Okay. Okay.
You check my... Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm just in here listening. So are you talking about Christine as in on Cody and one of their wives is royalty, or Christine as in Gypsy White's? So
Christine Brown.
okay. That was the last name I said, and I was like, what?
Christine Brown. But she's not really royalty. I mean, royalty and polygamy is basically your royalty of an inbred family.
Right. Yeah. So it's nothing to go around bragging about, right?
Hey, my grandfather married 13-year-olds. It's gross.
It is gross. It is.
Look at your page.
It's a whole rabbit hole. It's all about polygamy. My channel is Without a Crystal Ball on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I follow you on YouTube.
Yeah, the sister wife lore is very deep. It's very complex. There's a lot of layers. There's so much that the sister wives don't that they leave out.
That's how I found Katie, was all the coverage she had on the sister wives and their call. But KJ's interpretation of it is a bit crazy. I think so.
She said, I'm confused that people don't know how popular Katie is on YouTube. Well, yeah, because my TikTok isn't very big.
Yeah, we need to get it bigger for you because you have such a big presence in the entertainment world that I'm surprised you don't have a bigger following on TikTok.
A big presence in the entertainment world. Look at this. Look at her face. Look at that. She's just got paid a compliment. Look at her face. Yes, I'm a big presence in the entertainment world.
No, I'm quoted all the time in the media for like sister wife stuff and other stuff and even gypsy stuff. And I did this. I worked on this documentary. But yeah, my YouTube channel has 386,000 subscribers. I don't know if I'm the biggest. I'm one of the biggest sister wives creators there.
I know you're the only one I turn into other than the
I do some true crime. I covered the Frankies. I did the Micah Stopper stuff. Teen Mom for a while. Lately, we've been on polygamy polygamy bender for a while. And we've been sort of filtering in some of this gypsy stuff. But unless I have like a serious update, I don't really feel like posting every move that gypsy makes.
Oh, I agree.
Me and Camille messaged you something earlier about that. So whenever you feel like you want to look at that, like eventually when you go up to it.
Where did you message me? On TikTok?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, yeah, I'm one of the larger Decker creators too. I 100% broke the story that Gianna was getting married.
Oh! She 100% broke the story that Jenna was getting married. Hang on a minute. Wasn't she the one that said that she was never getting married though?
I have amazing contacts in the world of IBLP.
It seems like a lot of those women don't want to be pregnant at all, but they know no other.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trained to be submissive and obedient, and they're not allowed to have a voice.
Yeah.
And so when they do have a voice, they're like gaslit and made to feel like they're crazy. So it's like a spiral for them. And then they're told their whole life that like feminism is evil.
Right. I can see that. And I'm really proud of how far Jill has come. I still think she is a little bit, brainwashed there, but
That was like very funny.
right. And I think Jana, it'll be yet to be seen on how deep her roots are when she starts stepping out a little bit more.
I don't have as much faith for Jana.
No. How come? Is it because she's older?
She's one of the most devout.
Oh, I guess that would make sense.
The only reason she's wearing what she's wearing is because Steven lets her wear that.
Yeah.
That's right. She did. She said Jana was gay and her dad's slave. Correct.
That makes me sad for her.
I don't think she was in love with him, like at all.
Yeah.
Oh, now she's saying.
Jen Bob was getting a lot of backlash because she hadn't been married yet, and he didn't let her get married during once Josh got arrested, forced her to go back.
Right.
She raised all of his kids for him. Just awful. I don't think Wistmans have been trying to bully me to take down the photos, and I'm like, no, we're not doing this. You're not going to be bullying me to take photos down because they're all worried about having Janet and Steven's name tied to salacious headlines. And I'm like, Janet's a Duggar, and she has a charge of a child endangerment, and her brother's in prison for child P, and her dad covered it up and continues to cover it up and continues to fund her brother's defense and pay for his brother's children. Like, if you don't want to be in controversy, don't marry a Duggar.
Yep.
Especially the ones that are still under Jim Bob's thumb.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping she was out from underneath his thumb, but no, what you're saying does make sense about, her and probably just married because it was one of those people keep talking about it, just do it.
That's what he's done for years. Justin was married because Justin was caught kissing a girl, okay? And I literally I talked to the person that found them kissing. And I talked to a family member that was involved in this. And literally it was horrible. Like, he was caught kissing a girl that was in a family that can't.
She said the tiny house was illegal. She did.
Be controlled by the Duggars and isn't as deep in the IBLP. And Michelle was completely against Justin marrying her because obviously if you're kissing a girl, you have to marry her. It's ridiculous in the IBLP. And so Michelle had like a hissy fit. And so they basically made him marry Claire. And Claire didn't like Justin and Justin didn't like Claire. And they got arranged into a marriage.
Don't they have tons of kids now?
No, they have no kids.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of the one blonde. She's short blonde and she was in competition with her mom having kids. They're married together. That's what I was thinking of.
Andrew.
Yes.
Andrew Caldwell's mom is Christina. Christina's even more fundamentalist than Michelle.
Wow.
So now she's saying Claire and Justin didn't like each other.
Like, she will not speak to women that are divorced.
That's insane.
So Jana's wedding is a response to the fact that Jill and Ginger wrote books and have been on publicity tours talking about how you have to stay married, you have to stay home and live with dad as long as you're not married, even if you're close to 40.
Wow, sis. Okay, I think that's the last one she's got. So this is the last one, and then I'm going to have to go because I've been on for nearly 3 hours.
So he obviously arranged this marriage.
Right.
Every one of their marriages is arranged. And he uses the arrangements to get rid of problems he doesn't want to deal with. So it's like with Jana, there's too much drama. Like, oh, we're being told I'm controlling the girls. I need to let her get married. Jason is out of control. He's showing his chest on Instagram and he's being rebellious by listening to country music. We need to get him married. I mean, that's his response to everything.
It's so stupid. It really is.
He arranged John and Abby. It's just gross. And Jed and Katie, oh my God. Katie didn't even know Jed, and she allowed her dad to pick him.
Yeah. No go for me. I'd be missing out on some weddings. I'd be like, I'm really sick today.
I know, imagine considering marriage, but I don't comment about these creators, so please don't bring that here, Karen. I'm blocking you, honestly. I don't care who's streaming me. The creators that are streaming me. And if you have your own content, you don't have to talk about me.
TikTok shop is really great, actually. It's amazing, and we love it here.
Down the rabbit hole of friggin' stalkers. That one's crazy. And
But-
Nikki thinks that I'm like distributing child porn.
The interesting thing is, remember, she was streaming Breeze live the other night as well, don't forget, and commenting on it. So again, we've got this hypocrisy.
She's crazy too. Those women are nuts. You have to live in a serious world of insanity if you literally believe that I'm distributing child porn.
Right? That's almost unforgivable if someone's called so like well,
yeah, they're insane. You can't even reason with them. And they'll like take this stuff that I say and they'll be like, see, this is proof. She's defending it. So she must have done it. It's delusional.
Yeah.
It's like people that believe in Pizzagate.
Yeah.
Report on this, break the news. What do I need to break the news? Break the news on the cult that is in the anti-KJ community. I used to think that these people were like, I used to feel bad for them and be like, oh, they're just mentally ill, or they're just sad and soulless, or they're just misled. But now I just think like they really are either they don't believe it and they're just doing it to troll, or they're jealous, or they truly are deranged.
Right.
I don't know how you can, I don't know. I'm just like a mom that lives in.
Oh, I gotta go back to that. This is a woman who streams. Yes, that's right. Hang on.
I just think like they really are either they don't believe it and they're just doing it to troll, or they're jealous, or they truly are deranged.
Oh, I think I'm deranged. Oops. Oh, I've just lost everything. What's happened? I just lost her.
Right. I don't know how you could, I don't know. I'm just like a mom that lives in the Midwest.
She's like a mum that just lives in the Midwest. Right. Okay, hopefully you can hear me because it looks. All right. Can you hear me, or am I disappeared? See, look at me in the corner. I've gone. I've disappeared. I can't. I think my camera just died. Okay, let me just change my camera. See whether that works. All right. So here we go. Oh, look, there I am again. All right. So apparently we're all deranged.
I'm the topic in a lot of sister wives groups this week. Why? Because I called out Akira for being creepy and weird. What are they mad about me and sister wives groups? It's ironic because like my views are not tanking on sister wives content. So obviously there's a lot of people watching me and they seem to enjoy my channel. My comments are always very positive.
That's because you delete all the negative ones. You delete all the negative ones.
If you're pro polygamy though, and some sister wives fans are, they're from the cult and they're very deep in it, they don't like me.
God, that's good that you can hear me.
It's weird how you're so confident talking about my grandfather without ever meeting him. Oh, are you related to Emily? Are you Dave Watson?
Yeah, I just want to see what this
They're from the cult and they're very deep in it. They don't like me.
Ken Nana Watson. Said, weird how you're confident about talking about
So,
my
people
grandfather.
find out that Joe Thompson is essaying people and his daughters. They find out that there's more. It's weird how you're so confident talking about my grandfather without ever meeting him. Oh, are you related to Emily? Are you Dave Watson's daughter? Are you married to a Watson? It's amazing that you will deny what your grandfather did. Because it's all over the place and everyone knows it happened, Kiana. I'd be more interested in a man from your cult actually showing up here instead of you and being a shield for the men in your cult. You should be more disgusted about what your grandfather did to young girls.
No, he's a POS, but you don't even know him. That's funny. She's saying,
Girls and the women in this cult.
Shouldn't you be married by now or something, Kiana?
No,
they're absolutely going.
he's a POS, but you don't even know him. I've read everything I need to know. I've
I'm not a shield, just want people to hear facts, not gossip.
literally talked to some of his relatives. And are you related to Emily? You should contact Emily. I heard she might want to sue I heard she might want to sue Dave. I heard Dave Watson's about to get his ass sued. That was what I heard.
This got so spicy. I love it. I love it here.
I love it when the EUB people show up and they're so like.
She's laughing. She's laughing and at her.
Never happened. Oh, so Kiana, did you know that Dave Watson beat Emily with a 2x4 and left a splinter in her leg? And did you know that one of Dave's wives chained her daughters.
And then
kids
she says, we've met, bro. Like, seriously, she said that.
to their beds. We've met, bro. You and I've met. Why am I telling Emily's story without her here? Because Emily's been on my channel and interviewed on my channel and told that story on my channel. You're gaslighting right now. I have an entire hour-long video with Emily Watson talking about getting beat by Dave with a 2x4. I have a good relationship with Emily.
She says, I know, I lived with her. So here's a woman that she could.
Why are you so mad? The truth is coming out. I think he's a POS. And clearly Emily gave her permission to tell the story. She's told it on her channel. So you're just going nowhere with this quick.
Some of Emily's siblings are like lost causes. They still defend Dave at all costs.
Wow!
She's not mad, but she's trolling. Yeah, she's not mad, but she's fighting about it.
She's got plenty of
An outro video, which she probably said she'd never show.
content. She didn't need your help. Emily seemed to add to it, actually, but you're kind of a drag.
Right now, actually.
She's Googling her now.
I think I like AUB trolls better than I like Gypsy trolls.
So what the AUB does is they always show up with the women, and
So I bet you she's Googling her. She'll out her
they
soon.
always use the women as a shield, and the men never defend themselves. Ever. And then she's acting like...
And the other thing is, I mean, talking about shields, who pulls out her son every time she needs a shield? Someone says, get in the box and spill the tea.
I'm telling Emily's story when literally Emily did that on my channel. And then she's trying to say, like, I don't know Joe, but yet everyone knows what Joe did. It's just, that's how they gaslight. It's disgusting, honestly.
It's a shame that they know they're such bad people, but they're still willing to go to war for them. Like, that's awful.
You know. And the good people from the AUB don't act like that. The ones that are out don't troll like that at all. They don't speak like that. That's how you know the difference. Like, I should email Emily.
She's gonna, what?
I'm surprised she's allowed to have a phone and she's on TikTok. Like, this is just amazing to me.
I know, hold up. I'm gonna email Emily. I talked to her today, so I'll see if Emily already will respond. I'm a narc. Me? I'm a narcissist. Who's a narcissist?
Emily.
Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold up.
All right, and so she ended her life. So there you go. So interesting, right? She did not like that somebody out was challenging her, did she?
Multiple men of the Brethren that are doing this to their daughters and to other little girls. One of the guys on the Brethren is Chevrolet Palace.
Okay, so there you go. That was the end of that. Just before I go, I wanted to show you this. Today we had an appeal for Bruce, the start of the appeal hearing for Bruce Lohman. One of the things, he's got new legal representation. So this is from Lawyers Weekly. So it's a publication for the legal fraternity. And it says, in submissions, Lohman accuses former firm of wrongly taking $117K. In submissions that confused the judge and rendered opposing counsel speechless, Bruce Lohman accused his former firm of allegedly taking $117,000 out of trust when it was not entitled to. This was really, really bizarre. This is the most bizarre thing that I've seen, because the opposing counsel actually was speechless. And it's really interesting. So it says, appearing before the federal court on Friday, 6th of September, Lohman's new lawyer, Zali Burrows, said the deadline to file an amendment notice of appeal had been missed because they'd been trying to recover $117,000 from the former firm because they missed the appeal deadline. And so some deadline. And there was lots of hyperbole. There was a lot of, it was bizarre. Anyway, so this was the reason why they said, "Oh, has she? Yeah, I can't do it now. I need to go to bed." This was paid into the firm's trust account by ABC and New Life Media when they opted to settle Lerman's defamation action. Now, the issue is that there was about $117,000, which was paid for Ten's costs out of trust funds, which we will say were not payable under the constructions of cost agreement. There's a lot of monies paid in that respect of hearing allocation, filing fees, to which my client didn't have to pay at the time because he was on Centrelink. Lerman's on Centrelink. So if you're on Centrelink, you don't have to pay certain fees. You can get certain filings free of charge. So in April, Justice Lee found on the standard proof, Lerman argued Whitney Higgins in Parliament House. Lerman has denied the allegations and appealed the findings. The trust account allegation was raised not only to explain the missed deadline, but to request that Judge Wendy Abraham have a register expedite the issue so money could be paid to Barrister Guy Reynolds to draft the amended notice appeal. However, an application went before the registrar, was knocked back because of a supposed technical error, and Barrow said a new application would not be filed until Monday. What has this got to do with me? Justice Abraham asked. Without notice, you want this court, as in me, to deal with a matter you haven't filed before the register, so you can brief someone who then can proceed. In support of submission, Barrow said a third-party solicitor also claimed $40,000 in legal costs. This is bizarre. In respect of a subpoena, and it would benefit them to have the trust money settled. It is the amount of money which is a matter of urgency which we need determined so I can pay to that counsel to settle the amended notice of appeal. Barrow said that in the worst case scenario, she would file an amendment statement of appeal she drafted herself. The submissions, which came as a shock to Network 10's counsel, Tim Senior, who earlier told the court 10 had no prior explanation for why Lerman had not filed an amended notice of appeal or filed evidence in the application for security costs. We are concerned these submissions hijacked these proceedings and disrupted the appeal proceedings. There's so much uncertainty involved. I really don't know what to say, Senior said. Senior went on to say the priority should be about fixing up the timetable because no application had been made to the register, and when it's made, Barrows can proceed with her submissions. 10's primary concern was whether 100 new grounds may be included in the amended notice of appeal, which would have an impact on their response. It's very difficult for us to consider our position in circumstances where we're told counsel may or may not be briefed. There may or may not be an amended notice of appeal. We don't know why there's been delay after so much time. Justice Abraham extended the deadline for security of costs evidence to September the 6th, which was today, to 2:00 today, and the amended notice of appeal to September 13. An application of costs were reserved. Referring to the deadline, Justice Abraham said the experienced practitioner would not wait to come to court until the deadline was missed. If there's a risk of the timetable not being met, this matter should be brought before that is going to happen, as opposed to waiting for the breach to occur, Justice Abraham. It was one of the most bizarre things that I've ever seen. But everything with the Bruce Lerman trial has been bizarre, I have to add. Absolutely bizarre. So I would not have believed it if I didn't see it for myself. So anyway, so on that matter, I'm going to love you all and leave you all. So if you do me a favor and hit like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, you can join me on my Patreon. I need to go post there again. I'm just crazy at the moment, going crazy at the moment. So anyway, I will catch you again soon, hopefully. And thank you for watching. And I will see you next time and for the next lot of craziness. All right. Bye for now.